Oh, thanks for asking. I got here in my F-150.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say, what make and model was your car that you arrived in?
2022 Lariat, Steve Dangle.
Ooh.
And you know what? Let me tell you
Pretty
something.
cool.
60,000 kilometers in. I love this truck. And what's crazier is my wife, who refuses to drive it, loves it more than I do.
Only 60 with all your trips to the lumber yard?
If anybody's listening, I'm wearing my lumberjack, and I haven't shaved my Movember mustache yet. So
All those times you go to the forest to haul that lumber in your Ford F-150,
You know
it's
what I
only
do?
60?
You know what I do? I haul stuff around for SDPN whenever we got a live show, and I also haul a family around. And as we all know, especially with young kids pack more luggage than a real housewife. It's crazy.
You know what they say? Truck on the outside, SUV on the inside.
Yeah. Honestly, F-150 is amazing.
I don't
Whether
know.
you're using it for your business to actually haul some lumber, or I don't know, tools or something else.
Or a passenger princess.
Or you're a passenger princess like me. Ford F-150 is the truck for you. You should check it out. And honestly, what's so amazing about them beyond, their towing capacity and the reliability and all that, they also have great warranties too. That kind of matters, right? For your
does.
family. So learn more at ford.ca/F150. That's ford.ca/F150. Let's start the show.
SDP, the Steve Dangle Podcast, with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
I would like to start the show by saying that I fired up the coffee machine, didn't put a mug under it. So that's where I'm at.
That was great.
And I just, so if anything goes off the rails today, it is my fault. I had a great sleep last night, which is probably part of that problem. I feel so relaxed that I'm like not sharp. You know what I mean?
Because you're in unknown territory.
I'm literally floating. I feel like I'm, the Koopa Troopa things from Mario that just float around on a cloud.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. Look, I just even knocked my poppy out first second into the show.
What is the matter with you? By the way, I knocked mine off about 20 seconds into the Rick Westhead interview the other day, and I was rattled the whole time.
People were really upset about it. They think that you don't support the troops, which is true. Now, let's go to Easter Seals, which you do support.
Yes.
The donations are sort of winding up here, but it's been a pretty successful year, given especially to a tough economy.
Mm-hmm. And I brought in the trophy to show off, and then left it in the other room.
Maddie, can you get the trophy?
Maddie, can you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're gonna do a 3-shot because I'm sorry.
I know it's pretty bad.
I made a mistake, which I do often. Easter Seals. It is a charity. Thank you. Yeah. It's a charity that helps out kids with physical disabilities. It is near and dear to my heart. Here, touch it. Touch it. Everyone gets to touch it. It's been difficult fundraising this year. But you have shown up. We are in first place currently. Are you looking for us, Jesse?
Yeah, no, continue, Steve.
We're
Focus.
I can't
help Jesse read, Steve.
I can't. I've
good.
been to a doctor because I can't. It's been difficult. I know it's been difficult. I know the economy sucks. I know your wallet's a little tighter. Everyone's wallet's a little tighter. But you have shown up to the tune of $55,000 so far raised for Rachel's Raiders. Fundraising stops around 7:00 tonight. So if you happen to be listening to this before 7 p.m. Eastern, please donate a few shekels. We have one guy on our team who I'm going to give crap to who hasn't hit the $1,000 threshold yet. If you don't get him there, I'll just do it.
Who
but
is it?
His name is Alan.
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 It's not Walshy, isn't it?
No, it's not Alan Walsh. Yeah. Oh my God. Imagine. Would he be willing to be our goalie?
I don't know if he still plays. We've never really asked him, Jesse.
I don't think you've ever brought up the last time Allen's played hockey. Like,
when was
I don't know. I don't think you've ever asked that.
He
on
was the
AP.
goalie for Laurier.
Yeah, he was a really good goaltender, but I don't know the
Let me
last
text
time
him.
he stepped on ice.
Alan. All right.
That's a good question. I would love to know.
What is his elite prospects?
We all want to know, when was the last
time you strapped on the pads? When was the last time you made a 2-pad stack? When was the last time you took a puck in the tee? Did Allen play with a mask?
Of course he was wearing a mask.
I don't know how
The
old he
80s,
is.
yeah.
All right, so Alan Walsh does have a elite prospect.
Does he really?
That
I
rules.
think this is him, right? Alan Walsh.
That looks nothing like him.
A-N.
Oh, no, Alan.
That's
Yeah.
You're
it
an
said
idiot.
1 game in Quebec, so I got excited.
Oh, yeah, I guess just any sort of French guy, huh, Jesse? I guess any sort of French guy will do.
No, actually.
Interestingly, he doesn't have like a hockey DB and stuff like that.
Well,
Maybe he lied.
He should if he has university, doesn't he?
He
Does
might have
it-
lied.
does it include everybody?
He might have just lied.
No. I know he didn't.
I
know
Do you? Were you there?
Well, because I know he played with a person that went on to be an NHL coach,
Who was that?
Mike Babcock.
Yeah? Was he ever
on
on
his
the
team.
show?
Was Mike Babcock
Yeah.
on the I don't think Mike Babcock
him on the show.
on SDPN.
Get him on the show to prove it. Everyone will love it. Everyone will love it.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Anyway.
Walsh and Babcock were played together.
That is super interesting.
Hockey is like that, though. It's
Hockey
weird.
is very much like that. And also, he played with Mark Carney, and he supports everything he does.
Did he play with Mark?
No, I made that up.
Oh, okay, all right.
Easter Seals, please donate. It's a great cause.
Yep.
Anyone who donates any amount to anybody on my team is automatically entered for 2 tickets to Leafs Sens December 27th. Think about it. What a great Christmas gift. And it could be yours for like $5
Yep.
if you're really lucky. Very lucky. I won't lie to you. The odds are against you, but they're there. They are present. And that right now it's 0. So
Great.
there you go.
I love that. Okay, so let's talk about. I had a bunch of stuff scheduled because I was worried about how the Leafs game would go last night. And, the Utah Mammoth came into town. They were 9-4. They were flying. Just a fun team to watch.
Mhm.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs strung together 3 periods against them that were very good. That means the Leafs have played 4 consecutive good periods for the first time this season. It has
Honestly,
not happened. That's incredible.
Literally
Incredible.
the first time.
First time.
I think.
3-game winning streak for the Leafs, which is also nice to hear.
Hooray.
That's the first one of this season. Without putting too much into one win, they are 3-0 in November. And that felt to me like an important game. And what it comes back, and I'm going to harken back to something. If you're
Sure.
watching the Leafs Twitter, you'll know that they post-game speeches when they win and the belts and whatever.
Mhm.
What I loved about what Austin Matthews said after the Penguins game, he said, that third period, that's us.
Mhm.
And I thought, as I was watching last night's game, that was the first time I've seen Austin Matthews in a vocally leadership role.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's been like that, but the Leafs were so sequestered from the general public that we never got the chance to see sort of what that actually might look like in practice. And I thought
We haven't
his
really seen
speech
that side.
post that game was actually really important because this is our identity. And you're seeing him become a leader. And he's probably already much further along than we know, but we never got the chance to see it. And so when they took the ice against Utah, I was like, well, what are we going to get here? And they were exactly the team that finished off the Penguins.
You know what makes you so much easier to listen to? When you're the best. When you're the best among us. And in the third period against Pittsburgh, he was. So it made it easier for him to talk that way.
Yep.
And yeah, like last night was so... It put me at ease because it was like we traveled back in time 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how they played last year.
Yep.
Like at the end of the first period, I know not everyone was thrilled because they were down 1-0. But overall, that's the Craig Berube Leafs to a T. The shots were so minimal going both ways. The Leafs were getting outshot, but their possession was dominant
Right.
over the Mammoth. It was like 1.5 minutes more possession time with the puck than Utah minimum, I think. Had a good second period, had a good third period. And I tell you what, you ought to have won that game. Utah is on a road trip. This is the second half of a back-to-back. They gave you their backup goalie, and you're
You
at
had some
home.
pretty good numbers coming in.
Well, it's some pretty good numbers, sure. But you
You got to win that game.
You got to play Vanacek or Vejmelka, and I choose Vanacek, please.
Jesse, when the goal went in at the end of the first period, when the Leafs had such a good first period, and you were there, what was the feeling in the building? Because for me, their goaltending is still shaky, and I thought that was like you got to stop that. And then I thought the same with Utah goal number 2?
I thought it was fine that entire first period because they were playing how they wanted to play, and I thought the process was good. Like, the goal didn't feel demoralizing because the Leafs were playing good hockey, and I think that at the end of the day, that's what you're asking for. And Craig Berube said it himself, and that it's not pretty, and sometimes it can be boring, but they're playing the right way. And I don't know, that first period I thought was a good period from them, and I don't think it should be cause for concern just because Utah was able to get that one goal.
Right.
Yeah.
Jesse, I need to know what it was like, boots on the ground, to be there for the Matias Michelli game.
I feel like that was expected, right?
Wow.
Like, I feel like you didn't think it was expected. Guy gets scratched. It's a Nick Robertson thing. Guy gets scratched, comes back next game, and he scores, and he has that assist. The assist was to Matthews on the Matthews goal, but like, very nice. Banking on him scoring against his old team, like that, you got to be like,
you should be betting on that, right?
Yeah. You got to find a way to we got to make money on this.
Yeah,
you know,
how do I make money? Yeah. And,
it's too good.
It's too good.
He's coming off a scratch as well, so he gets healthied. Then he's playing against his old team. What I was really impressed with, Jess, was, and I want to talk about this player, but let's keep it on Matias Michelli. The pass from Dakota Joshua to Michelli, and Michelli's shot. I texted the group like in the first period, and Michelli had a great setup to Morgan Rielly, who fired a helium balloon at the net. I was so upset because
every time Rielly does that, I immediately think of you.
Like, it's literally like, get a balloon, try to shoot it with your hockey stick, and like that. And it's I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but like, Morgan.
No, it was a gorgeous scoring chance, and I'm like, Mo, what was that?
So it's nice to see him get an assist on something else.
Yeah.
But Jess, when you saw the Michelli goal go in, I mean, he seemed to have it all night. It also seems that he's in a role that he should be able to handle, which is the role they had him penciled in at before Lawton went down.
Yes, it's really weird that everything was broken because Scott Lawton was out.
It's crazy.
It's weird.
That's the reason David Kampf exists, and I don't know if there's more info on that. I think Elliot Friedman mentioned that,
and CJ.
People have pushed back on the he's going to terminate his contract thing, but he's still away from the Marlies.
I mean, I would think so.
But like, the idea that you couldn't just slot him in there and then have everybody play in where they're playing now is really weird. But now I guess we got to move past it. Now that everybody is in the lineup, it looks good.
Yeah.
And the Matias Michelli goal is really the Dakota Joshua goal, because he makes like 3 different plays in that sequence to get him that goal. It's the nice pass from when he enters the zone, then the nice pass from around the net, and then Matias is able to finish it. But like, Dakota Joshua on that play, that's everything we wanted him to be.
That's the guy that I saw in Vancouver that I love so much.
All 3 guys on that line, Michelli, Waugh, and Joshua, struggled to different degrees to start the year. And you're seeing them all game by game by game settle in more and more. Joshua, outside of that setup, I thought that might have been his most impactful game.
He was great.
He was leveled Clayton Keller like to start the night. He was a factor in front. And after the Michelli goal, Waugh got dumped, and he went after whoever did it. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah,
that's all I ask. Like I said last show, I think Leaf fans are simple creatures. Just try.
Have a heartbeat.
Have a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Right? On the Michelli goal here, we can bring it up. I just want to show you the still frame. So he sends this puck into the corner. It's a really deceptive play, but he's able to just send it there and see that Michelli can beat his man and get around the corner. It's a beautiful pass there to set things up, but this is the real special play that Dakota Joshua makes to get this puck. So he's one-on-one with Sergachev. Like, Sergachev's supposed to be getting him. That's his man. And he slips right by an all-world defenseman to get this puck. They're both going after it, and then you see him just...
He's already got the body position.
I got it. I'm making this play. And that leads directly to a goal because he feeds Michelli out in front and he finishes it. That's a really good play on a really good defenseman where he's just outsmarting him with his body and getting that puck and finding the man. It's a very nice stuff.
That's what so we talked about at the beginning of the season, at least, the desire for the Toronto Maple Leafs to want to score outside of their top guys. And there is a top 4. I don't know if you don't want to call them the core 4. No one calls them that. But Tavares, Nyes, Nylander, and Matthews all had points last night, and they were all major factors. And by the way, when people say, well, no, they can't be a factor every night. Yes, they can. And they should be. Because in every other sport, I see stars stepping up and being the factor every night. And if they're not, the team loses. So yes, they can.
They can't score every night.
They can't score
but
every
they can be a factor.
But so when people look at the stat sheet, if you go look at the box score, you're going to see Matthews and Nylander and Tavares, whatever. But that third line getting that goal cemented that win. It stopped, eventually Utah would get a third goal. But the reality of it was pretty far out of reach at that point, and the Leafs sort of stopped playing hockey.
It was garbage
for that goal to happen.
Yeah.
Garbage time goal, for sure. And no disrespect to Dylan Ginther, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, I need my stars to be my stars. This is a good team, this Utah team. You don't take them lightly. And I need my depth guys to score. I need one line to score a game. I need third line one game. I need fourth line the other. And the Leafs don't have a fourth line that's sort of traditional. These guys, their fourth line can score. Right now it's Domi, it's Lawton, and it's Lorentz. And Lawton and Domi are very capable of 30 to 40 points.
And that's what it was last night. Saturday, it might be a completely different group of guys.
Well, I think that they're trying to find their lines, especially with Lawton in the lineup.
Lawton looked really good. Didn't look like he was a day back after injury.
No, he did.
Feisty.
He was ready.
He took that one big hit, and I went, "Oh no!" You saw that?
Yeah. You're like, "Oh no!" Just like your first game back, you hope he's not hurt, but he was good.
Yeah, open ice, like right in the hips.
Yeah.
There's someone I also don't think is getting enough love, and it's because there's not been a lot of goal scoring going on there.
Well, I have a name.
Okay, is your name the same as mine?
I don't know. Is yours a forward or a D?
Defenseman.
Mine is also a D.
Okay.
I think it's the same.
No,
guy.
I'm gonna say I'll go 3, 2, 1, and on 1 you say your names. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
He has been outstanding, and for Oliver Ekman-Larsson, for me anyway.
Yeah.
Not only does he have 9 points in 14 games,
right?
That's great and fabulous for my fantasy team because Evan Bouchard, what the fuck, dude? But beyond that,
you have Oliver Ekman-Larsson in fantasy.
I have. Okay, here's my fantasy.
In 2025?
Well, I had to because Rasmus Andersson is not scoring.
He's been legitimate.
Let's not go through your fantasy.
No.
Bouchard, Sanderson, Carlson, Ekman-Larsson, Rasmus.
Let's talk about
OEL has been legitimately very, very good.
And it's not just the points. To me, I don't know if you guys remember, there was a point last night where he held the puck at the line. And it was just his range because he is quite tall.
Yeah.
And he held the line and it creates a play and it created a scoring chance. Did not even lead to a goal. Just another one of those small little plays. And he's been making them time and time again.
Bit of a jerk.
Always a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
But he's always able to as well physically impose himself, even if he's not like roughing you up after a play. His body positioning is always in the right place and he makes a smart first pass. You don't see the cross ice pizzas that you see from other Leafs defensemen who I love, but I'm like, you're killing me here. And I just feel like he's reliable and also pretty talented.
You need it. I mean, especially without Tanev. Like every game the Leafs haven't had Tanev, you could tell. Except for last night.
And no Benoit last night either.
Right.
He was sick.
But even so, like you don't have him.
But like no concern.
No concern. Oh, yeah.
That's all I was just trying to say.
So you've got like Mermis at Myers in. Mermis, I thought, looked a little bit better.
Yeah, his first game, that one with Myers was awful.
It was bad.
But like that's not who he is. He's played in the NHL before.
And I think so. You have Oliver Ekman-Larsson started carrying the load of a little bit of the defensive side. You never worry about him
playing on the left.
Playing on the left
side,
I
think is important for him.
And then you've got him also creating plays that lead to points. And I that is something that, we didn't get a lot of last year from the Leafs defense as a whole. So to be down 2 important factors and for him to be doing that, I think he deserves some flowers here. And I know Canucks fans just absolutely hate this. But he's been much better player.
Made $8 million.
Yeah. You need to be playing at $8 million to make $8 million.
Yeah.
BetMGM is an official sports betting partner of the National Hockey League and is everything for action on the ice. Hockey fans in Canada, that's us. You can place live bets, create same-game parlays, take player props on your favorite skaters, and bet on a Stanley Cup winner, including, right now, you can bet on whether or not it's going to be a team from Canada or the U.S. And right now, I would say the easy bet is the U.S. But if you were to bet on a team right now, a Canadian team, to win the Cup right now, who would it be? Like CJ did his power rankings of Canadian teams in the last episode.
I got my pick.
Who's your pick?
Le Habitant.
Honestly, dude,
Number 1 seed.
so hard to say no to that. The issue is the goaltending. And people are going to be like, what about the Jets? And I'd be like, we've seen that story.
No, the history of the Habs is they get magical goaltending when they need it. Whether it's Price, whether it's Waugh, whether it is Halak Spring. I don't care. Somebody's going to show up. And this year it might be Jakub Dobish. So I'm taking the Habs if you're making me place that bet.
Steve Dangle, do you dare disagree with Jesse and I's pick?
Yes, because I would like to pick the team Connor McDavid cheered for growing up, but I am simply going to pick Connor McDavid's team, the Edmonton Oilers, because...
What led you to that?
Well, they've been to the Cup final the past couple of years, and they're probably going to do it again on account of they're bad to start October, which is actually a good sign.
BetMGM app has improved its lineup this season to include instant withdrawals, data insights, and brand new rewards hubs. Download the BetMGM app today and enjoy the NHL like never before. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 19 plus to wager. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. If you have any questions or concerns about your gambling or somebody close to you, please contact Connects Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 to speak to an advisor free of charge. BetMGM operates pursuant to an operating agreement with iGaming Ontario. Now, Jess, I want to ask you about John Tavares and that celebration before the game, because obviously his 500th goal was such a freaking depressing, sad game to score it in. He got 501 last night.
Who got 501?
What?
Go.
John Tavar 500?
Sorry. Actually, I didn't mind that.
No, me neither. I want one.
Still will always be better than D1K. And I love that. I love
the Duncan Keith Dick shirts. Yeah, not great.
I did love that they taped ones on their Tavares t-shirts after.
You guys want a little inside baseball?
Give me the inside, Jesse.
So Austin comes out with the taped one on the shirt.
Love it.
He didn't do it. Afterwards, they're like, "Oh, so you taped the one on it?" And he's like, "Oh, he didn't even notice." He's like, "Oh, I guess somebody did that."
Oh, he didn't even know.
Yeah. He didn't even realize it when he threw on the shirt.
No, you gotta lie.
Am I allowed to spoil that?
No, you're allowed to spoil
Who
that.
saw it on social and was like, "Oh, Austin did such a fun thing." He didn't know.
Delete this. No, I want him to be like, yes, I did. Absolutely, because I love Jonathan.
Yeah.
So
it was a cute gesture by whoever did it.
What was cool though was seeing before the game them honor him properly. You know, the goal happened on the road in garbage time in a garbage game. And that's unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But for him to come back and for the Leafs to have that ceremony, Treliving out on the ice, his kids out on the ice, his wife out on the ice, and he just seems like he's got such a wholesome family. What was it like being there for that, Jess? Because I think that is completely getting ignored again because people are just so relieved the Leafs are looking like a good team again.
Yeah, it was a special ceremony because John spoke after and he said that his kids don't come to a lot of games and they're starting to get to kind of the age where they can realize like what he is. They don't know the gravity of like 500 goals and all that, but they kind of see like, oh, he's a professional hockey player kind of thing.
And not everybody's daddy is that like that. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like it was really special for them to be there for him from a personal standpoint. And I thought the video ahead of time was really well done by the Leafs to have him there at the bench watching it. You can see him stare, and he's not an emotional guy. We're never going to get tears.
No, never.
Like that, but he watched there, and it was a great little vignette. And he skates over, and then Tree's there, and great gesture by the Leafs team and the players because they donated $10,000 to sick kids, but the players matched the donation done by the team. So it actually was $20,000 to sick kids. So that was fantastic. And like to attach that to JT, somebody who's huge in this community, been here for so long, is great. And an underrated career because of the lack of playoff success.
Yes.
You know, it's unfortunate that everything's being tied to John in this era of the Leafs, but he is a Hall of Famer, and 49 guys have ever scored 500 goals. They're all in the Hall of Fame. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. And for him at this still level of peak, you know, that he's performing at, it's quite an accomplishment. He deserves you're giving flowers to OEL. John Tavares deserves flowers forever for his entire career.
And his $4.3 million contract too. Let's point that out. Like I do think that matters. And you know, for a city that, you know, has just gone through another devastating loss in the World Series, you know, had a devastating loss in Game 7 in round 2 this spring. there was a lot of talk about, and there always is in the MLB and the NBA about how players don't want to play in Canada. But in the NHL, it's, well, players don't want to play in Toronto. And for him to do that, he is, like I've always said, he's the best free agent signing the organization has ever had. And for him to stay at that amount, for him to come out and perform the way that he has, this guy is building what I think is building towards legendary status in this city. I just am dying for him to at least see a third round at some point. For God's sakes. And by the way, he's a part of that. He can help dictate that.
100%.
But I'm begging these guys to give this man a third round appearance.
I feel like it's taken a long time for a certain percentage of Leaf fans to come around on him, if that makes sense.
Is that because he made $11 million?
Yes.
And because the core four was sort of annoying?
Yes, that's why.
It's not him. It's the core four itself.
Yeah. Well, and he comes in and scores 47 goals right away. And that becomes the expectation when, earlier in his career, I think his career high was 30.
Yeah, and he was playing with Marner. They put him with Marner.
And
it worked.
Went crazy.
And then they were like, let's stop.
The year after, well, then there was the COVID shortened season.
Yeah.
There were two COVID shortened seasons. Head injury that led to a down season that was still pretty effective, but not $11 million effective. And in a year where the Leafs haven't always looked great, he's looked great every single night. And he's doing it he's making like half of what he ought to be.
With Brock Nelson. By the way,
maybe a little more than
Brock Nelson was what they were comparing him to, and Brock Nelson is making 7. I just want to give you an idea because I've already traded Brock Nelson off my fantasy team. 14 games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points.
It's
on
insulting.
The high-flying Avalanche.
It's insulting. Brock Nelson is a great player. He's a U.S. international player. He played for them at the Four Nations. He might play for them at the Olympics. What are we talking about?
Tavares has 18 points.
Yeah, those guys aren't the same.
They're not the same.
How many years throughout their career have they been even sort of the same? What?
Not really often.
That's fans being down on a guy because of the crest he wears.
Yeah.
No, he's been incredible. He's been a dog his whole time here. And I know there's a lot of people who have been wearing his name on their back for a long time, but I think a lot of fans were a little bit mild on John Tavares.
I think because they were mild on the character build of the Leafs. I think we saw them go out in ways that they should just not have gone out in. Series they should not have gone out in. And unfortunately, that happened, not necessarily all John's fault, but as a member of the team, you take that blame together.
Yeah, but I don't know. There are just so many times where I look at the failures of the team and I go, I didn't bring up John's name once. There were a lot of years like that, man. So they lose 5-1 in 2019 to Boston. He's the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
So
here's
a question for you guys. And Jesse, I'm going to start with you on this one. Okay. So, there's a lot of questions about who's going to be at the Olympics. And I look at, a few names that came up that did not come up last year. So Celebrini's got 21 points in 14. Scheifele's got 20. The other one is Nick Suzuki, who has had a strained relationship with Hockey Canada for a while. It's been super strange. He's got 19 and 13. And then Tavares has got 18 and 14. It feels like, I know those 3 guys are like the big star, younger players, whatever. John brings a different type of game than those guys do. Mm-hmm. Could he, if he continues, play himself into a bottom 6 role on Team Canada? I'm starting with Jesse on this one, and then we're going to Steve.
I personally don't think there's room.
Okay.
I think it'd be awesome to have him there. He's definitely performing up to the abilities to be in consideration. But I look at the 12 forwards they have, and I say that lineup can't accommodate John Tavares.
What I think people are forgetting is these international rosters are psychotic.
They're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The Canada's 4th line was Sam Bennett, who just won the Conn Smythe Trophy, Brad Marchand, and who was the 4th member of that line? It was either, I think, I might be wrong, Seth Jarvis, who didn't play every game, or Travis Konechny, who I don't believe played the final. golly. Like, JT doesn't even kill penalties for the Leafs. You know what I mean? It's difficult. Like, Celebrini, for example.
Marchand, Bennett, Jarvis.
Marchand, Bennett, Jarvis.
Hagel, Sorelli, Marner.
Let's just do the whole
Crosby, that's what I'm doing. Crosby, McKinnon, Reinhart, Stone, McDavid, Point.
Who do you take out?
Yeah, there's just not room. It's a good discussion, but I don't remove any of these players and insert John.
Sorelli,
Tavares
I might.
That's like a perennial Selke.
You don't put
guy.
I know Scheifele's all offense.
Yeah.
You don't put a Celebrini as the extra forward, or I think Suzuki would do just fine next to Hagel and Mitch Marner.
I'm talking about John Tavares.
Oh, Tavares. Excuse me. Apologies.
I don't think on any of those lines I'm taking out any of those people. Stone, McDavid, Point, Crosby, McKinnon, Reinhart, Hagel, Sorelli, Marner, Marchand, Bennett, Jarvis.
The only
those are all players who deserve to be on this team ahead.
Sam Bennett has 4 points this year.
That's okay, Sam Bennett.
Okay.
What are we talking?
Sam Bennett
in
was
points. What were his regular season points last year?
51.
Yeah,
Heading
he won
into
the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Heading into the Four Nation faceoff, he was awful.
Yeah,
he was
always
awful.
is.
Yeah.
Who cares? He's Sam Bennett.
Yeah, you don't take him off. He just won playoff MVP. You can't take him off.
That if you want somebody in a short span to be the best player on the ice, you probably want to bet on Sam Bennett.
There's two guys, Mark Stone, and that's purely a health thing, and then Marchand is an age thing, but like he got better after the Four Nation faceoff.
Marchand's just there for the vibes, at least.
Like
I like having him there. I do. I have such a soft spot for Brad Marchand and what he brings to the room, right, Jess? Like,
it's an NHL jersey.
And on the ice, he's going to bring an X factor that you can't get out of any other NHL player. Like, he is a different breed of human. If Canada can deploy that, and I hope they do during their Olympic tourney, it's going to be devastating to these other teams.
Yeah.
You might bring someone instead of Konechny. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
And the Stone thing, I think you're onto something with the injury factor. He just might not be healthy enough to play. But I think a position like that would be taken more from a Celebrini or would be given to a Celebrini or Suzuki. I can see, or Scheifele. Like Scheifele last year probably should have been on Four Nations, but I know he also is a weird Hockey Canada guy.
I told that because I think they have concerns about his two-way game.
Yeah.
And that's not, I'm not saying it's fair. Jets fans don't get on me, but
totally. Yeah.
Some of the best goal scorers in the world did not play in that tournament or were like healthy scratches. Kyle Connor was the second highest scoring American. And he was a healthy scratch. Tage Thompson was the highest goal scoring American, was not at the tournament. And Scheifele was one of the highest scoring Canadians, if not the.
Tage needs to fucking be there.
That's crazy that he wasn't there last year.
I know, it's crazy.
I probably lean Suzuki in the Mark Stone spot.
Yeah.
If he's injured.
Dark horse, and it completely depends how he plays in the very small sample size of games he's going to get to play before the Olympics. Zach Hyman. Well, because think about it. You're if you take out Mark Stone, you're taking out a very specific type of player.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
And I'm like, okay, you throw Celebrini in there. That's a totally different look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We also saw it for years with Crosby, who got to bring along a buddy to the Olympics. Who probably
Kunitz,
who probably didn't quite deserve to be on the Olympic roster.
Well, who did he be there because he was Crosby's line mate? God damn it!
Exactly. Crosby gets to bring a little suitcase, and inside of it is Chris Kunitz. And with Connor McDavid, if he wants Zach Hyman there, and he has the ability to go up to whoever's going to run the team with Kyle Dubas and say, "Hey, I want Zach Hyman," I think you kind of lean on Connor McDavid.
You're right.
You know, Canada, he gets to bring a suitcase with Hyman in it.
Canada overthinks these international tournaments a lot, but like they've also had success with like Chris Kunitz. They won a gold medal with. They also won a gold medal with Kirk Maltby and Chris Draper on the same team. Like. Which one was that?
That was
Salt Lake, wasn't it?
2002. Yeah, because the Red Wings were right in their first sort of big major cup window in this millennium, right? So,
but you're taking what is essentially like NHL third line.
Oh no, they were fourth line. It was
putting them on the Canadian Olympic
Detroit,
team.
It was Draper, Kosher, and Maltby. That was the fourth line.
But then they do that, and that's how you get 2006.
Yes.
You know, like that.
Right.
They overthought that to death.
Yes.
And they screwed up.
Where
They omitted Crosby.
Yzerman was washed. Sakic was washed.
Yeah.
But, well, they're veterans, so they should be
No, the
there.
entire team was just old guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they could have had, I think it was
Stamkos and
Crosby.
right?
No, it wasn't Stamkos. Spezza.
Oh,
Crosby, Spezza, and Eric Stahl, who was really good.
Eric Stahl.
That would have been
really
prime
good.
Spezza, too.
Prime Spezza.
It's funny. He plays like 20 years later. He's still, you know,
He's still fine.
probably could still play tomorrow.
You know what's
Yeah.
nuts
You
about
know. Oh, yeah.
Spezza too is that like Ottawa kept sending him down early on in his career. Like I don't think he really got a full start in Ottawa until he was like 21, and he was beyond ready. Like it was stupid. And I think if I remember correctly, there was almost like a discussion of, is he going to request a trade out of town? Because Jacques Martin kept sending him fucking down.
If you look back at that time period, it like NHL executives were
Idiots.
like in a contest to be the worst at their job.
Yeah. So yeah, his first season, okay, he played 33 games, right? And I think he probably burned an ELC, but that's before it even mattered, right? Because that
I
was
don't know.
pre-lockout.
Could have been injury.
It was 02-03. His first full season, 55 points in 78 games. Guy was crazy.
Yeah, but like, can he?
05-06 when he's left off the Olympic team. Okay.
Mhm.
68 games, 90 points, 71 assists. And they left him off the Olympic team. Because it is the month of November. And that means we're all shaving into our mustaches. I just want you to know that I'm going home tonight and I'm going to shave my beard down into the mustache I need it to be for tomorrow's Easter Seals tournament, because I'm doing the handlebar mustache, and I am using a Harry's razor blade to do it.
Oh, let's go.
It glides so perfectly. That feeling when you've got a little bit of longer stubble and that shave feeling when it comes off and the sound that it makes,
It's like
satisfying.
It's like walking on fresh snow. You know
I
what
like
mean?
that. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like crunching leaves a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's that stuff.
Now, it's got an advanced pivoting system. We talk about this. So all corners of your face, especially if you have a chiseled jawline like me, like a sharp jaw,
I've always said.
it will kind of make those edges a little bit easier, because there's nothing worse than like walking away and feeling a little bit of tuft of hair that you missed or whatever. They also have a weighted metal handle, and that actually really helps, because when you get those cheap plastic ones, the razor kind of flies around. With Harry's, you get barbershop quality shaves with German engineered blades. Each blade is honed at 3 different angles to cut hair cleanly at the root without tugging. And even after all this innovation, Harry's Plus still costs less than Gillette Fusion, a premium shave without the premium markup. And if you don't love your shave, Harry's will make it right. No questions asked. It's a risk-free trial, which means there's zero downside to giving it a shot. And for a limited time, our listeners can get the Harry's Plus trial set for $10 at harrys.com/
SDP.
That's correct.
Yes.
There it is.
You did it.
This set includes the all-new Harry's razor, plus 1 refined 5-blade package, a 2-ounce foaming shave gel, and a travel cover to protect those blades when you're on the go, because if it's flopping around in your luggage, it's going to dull the blades. harrys.com/SDP to claim this offer after you purchase. They'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that the Steve Dangle Podcast sent you. Okay, so a couple other things I want to very quickly mention on the Leafs. I think Nylander is still tied for the NHL lead in 5-on-5 points, which is, from what I've heard, pretty good.
So can I give you stats on that?
Give me.
The top 3 in points at even strength in the NHL.
Come on, nerds, listen up.
William
nerds.
Nylander, John Tavares, Matthew Nyes.
Is that good?
Wow.
Solo leads, by the way. It's William Nylander at 18 points. JT and Nyes tied at second and third with 16. Next closest is Schaefer at 14.
Nylander in 11 games.
And look at that! And look at that loser Nathan McKinnon at only 14. What a lose!
I don't know.
What a bum!
I'd like to have that conversation. What the hell is wrong with this team, and why can't they show up out of the gate? And with all of this skill that they have, why do we always get this October and then this incredible November?
All 3 of those guys have been great all season long. Willie, with maybe the exception of a game or 2, I would say. And I've been beating that drum the whole time.
Where's the rest of the team?
Well, Matthews just got here and in a huge way.
Yeah.
Is there something organizationally wrong with the way they treat training camp and
Yes.
preseason?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
the
I think this year there's a lot of new bodies, and I will always give a team some credit. Last year, with friggin' Mitch Marner and stuff like that, I think last year the surprise was Matthews was hurt out of camp, and the Leafs were like, "Oh, well, let's keep playing."
Yeah,
and then okay, let's give him November.
And then Marner was awesome.
He was amazing.
November, he was.
That I do think, Jesse, there is something to.
But you're giving them that excuse for like 22 and 23 and 24 and 25?
I give it to them this year. That's it.
This is the problem. This is the problem.
I do think that their training
too
camp
consistent that it's a problem.
I agree.
They have stuck Joshua and Wah together, and they're like, "You're working." Like whether it did or it didn't on any given night, they're like, "You're working." And I think that was such a key part to what they want the identity of this team to be. But when it wasn't working, I think it made the whole team stink, especially without Lawton. Now they're great. I think they're really effective every night. And they got Lawton back. It's time to go on a little bit of a run. It'd be nice.
October 2019, they were 6-5-3. 21, they were 4-4-1. 22, they're 4-4-2. 23, they're 5-3-1. 24, they're 6-4-1. 25, they're 3-3-1.
And now they're 3-0 in November.
November's 12-2, 11-1-3, 7-3-2, 8-3-1, now 3-0. And that's a systemic problem that's been going on for 5 consecutive seasons.
Basically, every one of those seasons, you could look at and be like, "Oh yeah, but so and so got hurt at
that's what happens. That's what I'm saying. It's like we want to give them some sort of new bodies. This guy's here, blah blah. It's something organizationally wrong where they don't start on time in terms of the entire season.
They played like crap.
Can I also say this too? They didn't play well in the preseason. They looked like dog shit in the preseason. And listen, I know Matthews only wants to play a couple games in the preseason, and I understand that. I do understand that. I wonder if they keep too many people around too long. Like, who are these fucking guys? Like, I'm seeing. I remember, like, I some of these guys. I was.
You
like,
hate Quillen? Why do you hate Quillen?
I have nothing against Quillen. Quillen can play in the first 2 games.
Quillen's fine.
And then get back to the AHL along with Luke Hames. And go light it up so we get some depth next year, right? Like, I want them to succeed.
I took so many videos of random guy for Steve for your channel.
Yeah, who'd you have?
Thank you.
Oh my God, the list.
Who did I ask for? I asked for someone who doesn't even have an NHL deal.
That is a very Steve.
Landon Sim.
Landon Sim. Yeah, I got lots of Landon Sim video.
We were intrigued by Landon Sim.
We were intrigued by Landon. Man, the stuff you get interested in September.
Yeah. This is why.
And by you, I mean
again, I have no issue with the Leafs going, "Hey, I don't want to play Austin Matthews on the road in a friggin' preseason game." But at the same time, if you're only going to draw into 2 preseason games, then wherever it is, home or away, you're playing the last 2 and you're getting fired up and going. Because I felt all the way, like they remember they threw James Reimer in there at the last second against Detroit, and he was bad. Now, you can't help that. Joe Wall is hurt, whatever.
That's, I think, a completely special circumstance.
But I look at the way that they played in that preseason, and it fucking instantly translated into October. And that's why I get so mad when people are like, "Well, preseason doesn't matter," because I have seen that it actually does.
Yeah.
Because my team, which is known for not having high intensity, definitely plays with 0 intensity. And then opening night, they're like, we're just a few more weeks. Give us a few more weeks.
Preseason sets the standard that
you build
on. It doesn't matter. Like, you play games that don't matter, then you will continue to play games that don't matter, if that makes sense.
What is the adage? Practice like you play. If preseason's practice, then practice.
But Craig Berube runs an extremely hard training camp. Like, in comparison to other coaches, he runs those guys into the ground the first couple days of training camp. So I'm always shocked. I've been shocked that this year it was a rough October, and I think something's got to be more wrong, right?
But
from like, I don't know what sports science department needs to be working within the Leafs organization, but I don't think they're doing their job because it's 5 years running now.
I agree.
I think all the training staff in the world have these guys' hips working great and legs and calves and everything. Band work. So much band work. Lots of band work. But between the ears.
Yeah.
Craig Berube said as much.
It is.
Like,
it really is.
Like, what are you going to do? And employ Okay, you got a sports psychologist. Do you have 20? Like, what is there a line out the door? Like, I don't. And by the way, sports psychologist who's like, well, have you thought about it? No, you know what saved their season? Craig Berube screaming at them.
Yeah, it's second intermission.
It's that friggin' South Park episode. Sit down and study. Like, I don't know. I don't get it, but they're doing it, so I'm happy.
To go deeper on that, how dare I ask the question, who's been the consistent people around here for the last 5 years? The top players on the Leafs.
Yeah.
Is there a problem mentally with the top players on the Leafs?
Tavares has been unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nylander's been a little come see, come saw, but
Is always that.
is
That
always
can be a
that
problem.
and still puts up points.
Yeah.
Nyes has been wonderful. Matthews was objectively bad for a bunch of games. So you might be onto something there. Riley's been pretty up and down. I don't know what the hell he was doing on that first goal.
Had a bad last year.
Yeah, was not very good. And I got to say, where's Mitch been?
He's been demoted to the second line.
I know, because I'm trying to not pick on the guy, but where's he been? He hasn't had a single notable moment for this team this year.
All right.
You gotta point it out.
I wanted to quickly touch on the fact that Steve was right about Easton Cowan. He was sent down, and Berube said this. He said, you're going to have to talk to Brad Treliving, essentially, paraphrasing. But he said, I've been happy with Easton. I think he's shown he can play in the NHL and be a good player. Just the process with him a little bit. Jesse, when he said that, how did that land in the room? Did you get the sense that Berube disagreed with the decision?
No, because his actions spoke otherwise. Game after game, Easton Cowan started playing less and less minutes. The minutes just continue to drop down. So I think he's very happy with what Easton Cowan brought to the table. But Brad Treliving clearly made this decision in conjunction with Berube, but then has the final hammer to send Easton Cowan down. And he said, like, look, you're not using the kid. Let's send him to a place where he can play. And reluctantly, Berube has to accept that.
Well,
Right.
and also, if Benoit wasn't going to play last night, you would have had too many human beings, and you would have had to waive somebody. So, which makes no sense.
He's got I assume explained to his coach, this is the guy who can go down. He needs to go down. You're not using him. He doesn't have to clear waivers. This is the right answer, and everything's fine. You know, I don't think it was a salacious point by him or a dig at his manager there.
Did you ask?
It doesn't read great.
But
you were there.
It didn't land like anything crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did anybody ask about Matthias Michelli tying Mitch Marner in goals scored this year?
Oh,
Is that a thing?
Did anybody ask about Nyes, Tavares,
What are we doing?
and Nylander all being ahead of Mitch Marner in points this year?
Even strength or overall?
Overall.
Oh, wow. Nobody asked those things.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I was told that the Leafs were cooked and are chopped and unk. Oh, sorry. And you know what? Matthews is 2 points behind.
We thought they were cooked a week ago.
we did. No, but
Brad
by the way,
Treliving's
I'm not
job was on the line
trying to-
against Pittsburgh.
And I'm also not trying to pick on Mitch. I'm picking on people making that dumbass argument.
No.
I have been. Let me tell you this. I was annoyed with the Leafs a week ago, and I was like, what the fuck is this? But I never was like, oh, no, it's because they don't have Mitch. It was very much because I was saying these guys are way too talented to play this shitty. And I've been on that since the beginning of October. I will stand on that.
You know what I've been thinking? I was like, should I start doing the comeback bets again?
Well, because they lead the NHL in comeback wins. 6 of them.
It's funny how like they lose Mitch. This is a good point. Like they lose Mitch, and you're like, okay, it's not because of him. It's because they're talented. I think that was the right mentality, Adam. And maybe they still are that team that they were last year, minus him, and just have with other guys. And like they have the ability to come back in these games again. 3 comeback victories in a row. They lead the league in comebacks, and they just might be the same team that they always were, which was a very, very good regular season team. And they've been that for 9 consecutive years.
I also think,
Except for that weird 2020 season.
yeah. Are we not stretching the term comeback to breaking point? Because they were down 1-0 after the
Doesn't
first.
matter. We did the same thing with the Blue Jays. Every comeback's a comeback.
Sure.
It still counts. I don't care.
They have been allowing the first goal too much. But with the Mitch stuff, for like 2 or 3 months, we were told, stop talking about the number one story. Shut up about it. Okay, fine. And then we finally did. Him and Vegas get off to a good start. The Leafs get off to a bad start. And all of a sudden, there were a lot of people who wanted to talk about it.
It's weird, eh? Weird how that happens.
It's weird. It's weird. It's almost like it had nothing to do with having a productive discussion.
Oh, Steve.
And
why are you even saying that? Like, who wants that?
And now
nobody wants to have a productive discussion about the Leafs except for some Leaf fans.
Listen.
No other market is going to be like, you know what? I want to have a productive discussion about the Yankees.
No, I get.
And I'm not from
I
New York.
get to be, now that the Leafs are doing okay.
4 periods,
For now, I get to be a little shitty about it.
Okay.
No, because we live in the moment, right?
Yeah.
They could lose 5 straight by a combined score of 25-2. But right now in this moment, nah.
Okay.
That's where I get to live.
I do want to pivot to a piece of information that has come out in the last day or so, and it's a former Leaf, but not a player. Former Leaf exec Brendan Shanahan. Now, we've talked about this before. I mentioned it in our St. Catharines show that the rumor this summer was that Brendan Shanahan went to the Sabres after being let go by the Leafs. And by the way, let go, his contract expired, right?
Yeah.
They just chose not to renew. And said, listen, I would love to run your team. I would love to provide some upper management for your team, especially like, head of player personnel, president, CEO, whatever. And was told by Terry Pegula, and this is the rumor, that that Terry Pegula occupied those spaces and that they didn't need him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is very interesting via Nick Kyprios that, and this is, I believe, from the Toronto Star, where he writes that Brendan Shanahan, quote, would consider taking over the Buffalo Sabres front office if he was offered, quote, autonomy. So here's what I think is happening here, and I have no way to verify this.
In terms of president or GM?
I think president.
Okay.
So here's what I think's happening here. He went to the Sabres privately and floated this. And they said, well, Terry said, no, I'm that guy, which I'm sorry, Sabres fans. And now he's out there. Now he's working for the NHL. Bill Daly has already said in the last week that we think this is going to be a temporary position. And now somebody well-connected in the Toronto media like Nick Kyprios is saying this. To me, that comes directly from Brendan Shanahan going, I'm going to float this again because I think they need me. And I'm curious about how that looks now because the Sabres have had a pretty good start. I mean, they're 5-4-4, but that's better than previous years.
It's better than what a lot of people expect.
And 3 of those losses happened in like the first week. So, outside of that week, they've actually been okay. I'm curious about what your reaction to this is because obviously politicking is a part of the sport at that level. I just found it so funny that this is the rumor this summer. And then now we've got a Toronto media person saying this, not a Buffalo media person saying this.
Right.
And that tells me they want it out on the biggest stage, which is the Toronto media, right? It's a former Leaf guy. It's going to make national news in that sort of thing. I'm sure there's going to be a segment on it come second period hockey night in Canada during the Leafs game against the Bruins this Saturday night. What's your reaction to that?
Believe it or not, so I look back on Shanahan's time with the Leafs and am extremely frustrated by it.
Yep.
But you might be surprised to think I think this is a really good idea for the Sabres.
I am so with you.
Yeah.
Tell us why.
They have a culture issue.
Yep.
And they have an organizational professionalism issue.
Mm-hmm.
Shanahan came in on a team that was alienated from its alumni, or had alienated its alumni, I should say. It's the organization's fault. Had no real relationship with the fans, which is something that he would strain in later years. But like the Centennial stuff, he nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oversaw that. Oversaw Legends Row. Oversaw all the banners. Oversaw bringing back, Dave Keon's one of the most, treasured sons of this organization. And he wouldn't speak to them as far as I could tell.
No, he wouldn't.
Not everything was great. I think the way it ended with him and Dubas was awful. I think his stubbornness was awful. But as long as he's there to be the liaison between Kevin Adams and ownership and let Kevin do his job and
Or let Jarmo do
Kekalainen do his job, and he allowed Kyle Dubas to develop that whole analytics department, and as he can hire the Sabres a scouting staff.
He's good at managing up.
Yes, and you learn that under Gary's program. Remember, Shanny comes from Gary's program with NHL head office. I actually think this could be a very good thing for the Sabres, and it's something they need. Like, what you were like, Kekalainen's resume, and I'm like, dude, they need living, breathing human beings.
Yeah, that have been in hockey, and I get that. Here's
like,
the problem.
they don't have anyone.
The problem for Shanny's going to be, even if Pagula agrees to this, Shanny was making $7 million a year.
Okay, well,
You're going to make $1 million.
cool. I used to be 180 pounds.
That's what I'm saying, though.
You
Like, that is
live in
gonna
a
be-
different reality, Brendan.
And
Like,
he has made. People are going to be like, well, he's probably made $100 million over the course of his career. I agree. He probably has. That doesn't mean that in your mid 50s that you want to take a $6 million a year haircut, but that might be what it takes to get him back into that position. Because Pagula's cheap, man. He's cheap when it comes to the Sabres. He didn't used to be. He actually fired money, set it on fire with them the first 3 years he owned them.
yeah, what's Shanny make now?
A $0. No, that's not true. He works for the NHL.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, like I'm very curious to see if this leads to something. Jesse, your thoughts on the way that this story has been handled, because I think now it's very interesting that he's having Toronto media float that out there. Again, I'm alleging that, but I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, if they are reacting to the story, maybe they just saw the tweet or something like that, and they're going off of that. But Nick Burroughs wrote an article on this.
The full
and
article, yeah.
He didn't just mention the Sabres. I know that's like the focus and everything, because that was in the tweet. But he also said, if not Buffalo, what about Chicago? He threw that out there as Cal Davidson could use some support from above. So Shanahan's name has surfaced there as well. He said the Nashville Predators are another team to keep an eye on. Barry Trotz's job as GM seems on solid ground. Another poor stretch through American Thanksgiving would lead to more speculation that the team could use another voice and vision up top. And I think what he's outlined here is that Shanahan is indeed a valuable hockey voice. I don't think anybody can deny that. Whether you agree with the process of what happened in Toronto and how that thing ended and how the 9 years he went there went, there's no denying that he knows hockey. He's a good executive in the sense he can handle ownership, great at working up, and his voice is going to be listened to and heard, and he can provide franchises that are somewhat directionless and need some people who need some support. He can provide that support to them. And you look at the Buffalo Sabres front office, the owner, president, and the guy who runs everything is the same guy. And that shouldn't be the case.
No.
Terry Pagula shouldn't sit there as the owner, CEO, and president. Like, you look at the executive staff list there.
There's no way at his age, Jess, that he could even handle those.
No, that makes no sense. They need more people in this hockey department, and bringing in a person like Brendan Shanahan would be a valuable piece to the Buffalo Sabres.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I think the other names he outlined there it's the exact same case.
To me, Nashville makes the most sense.
Nashville would be awesome. I think he'd have a perfect fit there. Same with Chicago.
I know nobody really wants to say it quite yet because of his legendary status. But when are we all collectively going to be willing to talk about how disastrous Barry Trotz has been as a general manager?
Pretty soon.
I think we do that fairly consistently on this show.
We do. But
as a topic once a week.
I think he's built such great relationships within hockey. Like, there's nobody that will tell you that Barry, at least from what I've heard, lots of people love this guy.
I would tell my
it makes
GM,
it harder to criticize him, but we don't know him. So
I would tell my GM to take out the B and just have him in the phone as
Airy
Trotz. That way he appears higher alphabetically, so you call him sooner in the morning. That's how bad.
Top of the
he's
contact
been.
list.
Yeah. Airy Trotz send at 7 a.m. every day. And he goes, what are you calling me so early? I just wanted to talk shop. That's all. You got to be calling him every day.
Yeah.
You got to be calling Airy.
Stamkos got a goal yesterday, by the way.
That's great.
He's got 2.
And
we got
to
one
talk
assist.
about that game, though, right?
Yeah, we can. You want to go to that now? Because I got other stuff.
Yes, but that's the game with the net, right? Is that the one you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay.
Or was that 2 nights ago now?
That would have been 2 nights ago. Yeah.
So that's the Marcus Johansson overtime winner. Let's talk about it because I think it's a fascinating one. So this is where the continuation rule pops up again. And what's bothered Nashville fans since this game. First off, Stamkos getting that goal was like a
2 seconds left, 1 second left when he scored it to force
very
overtime.
Late, crazy.
It was awesome.
What kills you when you have an emotional goal like that, Stamkos scores, building goes, whatever, is that in this particular instance, the puck never goes in the net. And did you see that?
Oh, the Johansson.
The Marcus Johansson.
Sorry, I thought you meant the Stamkos.
Excuse me. Sorry.
What? Yeah,
so a few minutes later in overtime, puck never goes in. And I have to be the one to tell you, the way the rule is written, I 100% agree with the call.
It's just when we have these conversations, like, and it's sometimes on TV, but like on these podcasts, like, how many fans are in the building at any given time? Like, what's the average? Like 18,000?
18, 19.
Something like that?
Depends on your arena.
What percent? And I think this should be a serious question that the NHL asks itself. When the game is ended on a goal like that, how many fans who paid to be there that evening understand why the game is over? And that's not like do fans in Tennessee? I think a lot of fans in Toronto would be like, what the net was off. I don't get it.
I'd be mad about it too.
Like, did they, what I would want to know is when they made the decision, did the ref or someone get on the mic and go, here's why it's a goal. Here is why. Like, don't just say we have a goal. No, that's not good enough. The net was off. I paid to be here. Please explain why the game is over. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not disputing the call. People pay to be there. There's 18,000 people in the building or whatever it is. They need to know why they're going home now.
So Jesse, let's bring it up.
Game was in St. Paul, by the way.
Okay, well, even better. Wait, it was?
Yeah.
Oh, the Preds are in their home jerseys. No, what are you talking about?
No,
that's Nashville.
That's Nashville.
Look at center ice.
No, it was a home game for Minnesota.
Look at center ice.
No, that's Minnesota's ice.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Let me put my glasses on.
No.
Really?
It's a home game for Minnesota. Here, bring that up.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't
Really?
get it.
Damn.
Home team.
What the okay,
No.
well, then Minnesota, same deal.
Pull that up.
It was at Grand Casino Arena.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
What do you got?
Not the Bridgestone.
Look, it says Predators at Wild.
Sorry, they're in their
Why are you arguing with the fucking screen?
because they're in their yellows.
Why are they doing that?
What do you mean arguing with the screen?
Why is Minnesota wearing their whites at home?
I don't.
It's because it's their retros.
I saw the game and they were playing.
I got fooled.
in the Grand Casino.
Okay, fine. I think the conversation is happening in Minnesota also, where they're like, why am I going home right now?
One, you XL Energy Center, nothing wrong with that. Why did you have to take the money from the Grand Casino? I assume it was more, but I preferred XL Energy.
I did.
What the hell is at center ice? Can you show me? It looks like the Preds logo.
It's their anniversary logo.
Oh,
It's 25.
but it's mostly yellow.
So it says 25 there, and there's the Minnesota Wild logo.
The Wild logo does not stick out enough on
2000 to
Doesn't
2025.
stick out at all. You can forgive me for thinking this is a Preds home
Yeah,
game.
me
The
too.
the
I
logo's mostly yellow. They're wearing yellow.
You should have seen this clip and known that it's a Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, idiot.
There's 32 teams and I haven't seen everything. I saw the screenshot of the goal, or no, the clip of the goal, and I saw him wearing white. Damn it. All right. Fine.
Where do we
Go ahead.
rank Grand Casino Arena amongst list of arena names in the NHL?
It's awful.
It's gotta be
Bottom five.
It's gotta be near the bottom.
Bottom five.
Anyways, the goal. So this is what I think the best angle on it. This one here. So you'll see the pass, and let's just get to the drama. Justus Annunen pushes off with the left side of his body, the glove side on the post there. You can see him going to make this move as the puck goes to the bottom of the faceoff dot. He knocks the net off himself. The puck is then passed to Marcus Johansson cross crease with the net off. Johansson tries to one-time the puck into the net, but he hits the side of the net because the net is off its moorings. So he gets the puck back off the rebound off of the net, shoots it again across the goal line where there is no net, and the officials call it a goal on the ice. They go to Toronto, they review it, and then they continue to call it a goal, and they confirm the call.
Look at his hand! He's like, I don't know. He just scored an overtime winner. He's like, I don't know.
Even he doesn't know.
Nobody on the ice really celebrated because nobody knew what was going to happen, but the ref emphatically called goal on the ice, and the reviews upheld the call.
And
that
even
is
stops playing.
Yep.
He could have made a save there.
I gotta say, my opinion on this is that Justus Annunen knocks this puck off. You need to keep playing. Knocks the net off. You got to keep playing.
Yeah, and people will say that it was not in, like, I'm seeing a lot of cope online about this, and I get it. Like, I'm not trying to be insulting when I say that, but I have so many times people are like, oh, well, the net wasn't properly installed. How do you fucking know that? You don't know that. You have no idea.
Matt Murray did this 3 times in a single game
against New Jersey,
like a couple
and
years
their
ago.
winning streak.
Yeah,
remember that crazy winning streak they were on?
That where the Leafs won and maybe shouldn't have oughta.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I do, the way the continuation rule is written, that's the right call. Now, I can disagree with the way the rule's written.
Yes, that's a different conversation.
And I kind of do, but that is the right call.
So, the one thing I've heard from Preds fans about this play is that they say Johansson shoots the puck off the net, right? The initial pass he gets is hit off the net. They say at that point, the play should be dead because he missed the goal line and the puck would have been around the back of the boards because he would have missed the net on the rebound. I argue you have no way to prove that he would have missed the net. Yeah. I know he hits the side, but he might have had it go in if the net was on it. There's no way to know. So I think you have to just rule it as keep playing until Nashville gets possession because this is a imminent scoring chance. And even though he's shooting it off the net, you can shoot off the net in real life. It doesn't stop play because the net's off.
Also can create a rebound.
Your player knocked the net into that position where he had to shoot it off of the net. So I think you need to continue there. And I think they made the right call.
I hate it for Preds fans, but I do think the way it's written,
and they all paid to be there that night. You know,
and,
it's just a shame.
To add to this,
give it to me.
This was the second time in the game that Annan knocked off the net. Underrated part of the storyline that I don't think a lot of people know, unless you saw some of the more clips of the game. He did this earlier where he knocked off.
Why did they keep improperly installing the net then, Jesse?
No, it's
why
when
they did it the
people's
first time?
job.
No, it's the way goalies are taught to goalie.
They lean on the posts.
Pushing off the post, which they have weakened because guys kept breaking their legs.
Yeah.
Ask Steven Stamkos how much he likes how nets are built right now.
100%.
Right?
100%. So anyway,
Are you guys really fired up about this? A lot of people were.
I get it, and I think because the Preds especially need a win right now.
Yeah,
they need a.
So do the Wild.
Something. Well,
that's a hell of a break for them.
Yeah, but the Wild got it. You're talking about you. I'm talking about the angry side,
right?
They pulled off a miracle to get the point because Stamkos scoring that with a second left. They shouldn't be in this game.
They should be mildly satisfied with the result, but let's change reality here. Let's go into the multiverse, and it's not a goal. Minnesota Wild fans get to go, why? And it's not.
Wild.
I don't think it's adequate to just be like, well, the net's off. Like, I would, okay, so he didn't score on the initial attempt. The play would have kept going, right. And I would have had an open shot. Yeah, but the net's off. Why? How come the net's off?
Exactly.
You knocked it off.
Yeah.
And then the Preds come down the other way and score, and now the Wild, who have had a struggle start to the season, continue to struggle. Like, I look at both realities, not knowing which one actually happened. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, no, the Wild deserve to come out of that with a goal. Mm-hmm. It's frustrating. I understand it, but if it were the other way around, it would have been worse.
And I look at this too. You know, the Preds are struggling. Their highest scoring player, as you can imagine, is Philip Forsberg, but he's got 11 points in 15 games. This team in terms of goal differential, is second worst in the entire National Hockey League.
Who the hell's worse?
That would be the St. Louis Blues, who we're going to get to.
Oh my God.
They've got 39 goals. Now that's good enough for like mid-range of the NHL. They're not as bad as the friggin' Rangers. Holy shit. We're also going to be talking about them, so I don't want to dive in just yet.
Okay.
But Nashville, after the season they had last year, they need anything to pin this on. And if there's anything that can be gleaned from this, and this is something I remember my volleyball coach was the one that taught me this in like grade 5. I was on the Centennial Road volleyball team.
Damn.
And he said, you play even after the whistle is blown. Because when we went to volleyball tournaments, there'd be like 7 or 8 different matches at the same time. He's like, you're going to hear ghost whistles all game long. You play everything. You play everything until they literally yell at you to stop. And that's what we did. And
it's a rule across sports.
And that used to stand in and stop playing.
Yep, he did. He could have made a save there. It would have been a difficult save.
But try.
But he stopped.
Yeah. So we'll leave that. Hey, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Now listen, sometimes you're feeling down. Sometimes you're feeling a little bit better. Sometimes that has to do with how your team's doing.
And that's not healthy. But it's also just human. You can't help it.
Sometimes it has to do with how your life is going. And life can be like that. There are waves in life. There are ups, there are downs, and that sort of thing. Sometimes it helps. You know, you can only dump so much on your friends and your family. At a certain point, it's great to have an outside observer go, hey, have you considered this third option that you've never clearly considered before, but I'm going to just drop that in your lap and see what you think. Therapy does that. It gives you an outsider's perspective. And the great thing about BetterHelp is that unlike traditional therapy, where the schedules are like banker's hours, okay, I'm available between 10 and 3, Monday through Tuesday.
It can be difficult.
Yeah. BetterHelp is anytime. It can be the middle of the night. It can be the first thing in the morning. It can be via text. It can be via FaceTime. It can be via phone call. It doesn't matter. It's on your schedule. And your ability to connect with your therapist is also key. And you can switch. Usually within 48 hours is pretty good. And that's no cost to you. 30,000 credentialed therapists are available. 5 million plus people are using BetterHelp. And you can too. We want you to give it a shot. All right. So go to betterhelp.com/SDP. We will give you 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp. HELP.com/SDP. I want to ask you guys something. Do you want to hear a sentence that's going to kill you?
Sure.
Okay.
I like being alive.
You like being alive. Okay.
So
that's going to maybe put you in a hospital bed slightly for a second.
I also don't want that.
Okay.
Do I have to eat hospital food?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay. Now this is a Devils writer for the Hockey Writers. This is Daniel Amiola. Okay. I hope I said your name right, Daniel.
You didn't.
He said, I just realized Matthew Schaefer was 12 years old when the pandemic started.
Yo, what?
Matthew Schaefer, 12 years old when the pandemic started. He's 18.
I didn't care for that. Why'd you say that?
I thought you might want to know that. I
didn't.
I had to read it, so I felt like we got to spread that. Everybody needs to know that. Hey. Now, I bring that up to launch into an Islanders discussion because he's been phenomenal. We've talked about that, but I wanted to go to the incident with Nikita Zadorov because we got Zadorov's DMs. We'll talk about that in a second. But Jesse, I'm going to forward you DMs? Patrick Waugh's comments after the game, and now Matthew Schaefer gets absolutely crushed
by Zadorov, who is
big and scary.
He should have been a Bruin in this whole time. He's perfect.
He's absolutely perfect.
Perfect for them.
Yeah. And Bruins fans it's funny. They're hot and cold on him, but like he's got the attitude too that I'm like, you're a Bruin. Like, what are we talking about?
I assume he takes a lot of dumb penalties, but like he's just a asshole.
Perfect Bruin.
He's in there. Like, okay, there's one Islander you don't hit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm going to hit him. because that's what he does.
There was nothing on that play, right?
Was there no call?
I don't know if there was a call, but it was sort of like
that'd be very bothersome.
There's nothing. But Patrick Waugh talked about this post game because he let him talk about it because they asked him about Matthew Schaefer's treatment in the NHL. And this one is not about the players. It's about the refs. Go ahead.
Just how do you think Matthew stands up to that? I mean, he was sort of in the middle of the fray.
Well, eventually he's going to have the same protection that the star players, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. How long does that take to happen in your experience?
I hope not too long.
So is he basically saying he's getting a rookie's whistle and not a star's whistle, which is maybe a little more active? Yeah, these guys are NHL officiating is a joke, and we know that. But it's full of egos and guys big dogging you. And one of the worst examples we saw of that, and the NHL doesn't tell us anything. They treat us all like children. But one of the greatest examples of that I would love to know if there were any repercussions from. Remember what they did to Adam Fantilli a couple years ago?
No, explain.
Adam Fantilli, I think, got high sticked or something.
Okay.
And he goes over to the ref and he's like, oh, hey, I actually didn't get high sticked. Or like it was my stick or something like that. And the ref gave him an unsportsmanlike.
For like showing him up, being like, you got the call wrong.
Yes.
Oh,
and he had a terrible whistle. Nice. Had the worst whistle in the league.
Yep.
As a rookie. It was brutal. Rookies get treated like crap because
you haven't earned my respect.
You haven't
How many
earned my
sticks have you signed for my kids?
respect. You haven't made any jokes with me. We haven't played poker together in the summer.
Steve, you think Steve's kidding? He's not.
I'm not.
Why is there personality?
Because
that
Tim
goes
Peel
into
is God's gift to the NHL. He keeps saying this shit into a microphone so that we know how refs operate. And I hope people keep letting him. He just keeps being like, here's what me and all my colleagues did for 20 years. And you're like, wow, it's as corrupt as we all thought. Anyway, sorry, what were we saying?
I just wonder, like, why is personality a factor in refereeing a hockey game?
I don't know.
It shouldn't be.
I don't know.
It shouldn't be. The one thing, listen, FIFA is corrupt as they come, allegedly. But I find it, they have rules when they play internationally where it's like none of the refs can be from the country that's playing, right? And also none of them can be associated with the players that they play with because there's just so much at stake. There's too much money. There's too many things that can go wrong. You got to make sure it's literally as objective as you can find. And even then it's very difficult to do.
Sure.
Right? Only when we switch to robots, which I have said from the beginning, will we get objective calls.
Adam wants the Neo robot to call high stick.
I at least want a robot to tell me when it's offside. I don't. Sorry, linesman. But I do think
it's got all that felt material.
I do think that the NHL is living in the 80s and 90s, their last true golden age to this day. Yeah. And the reason I say that is, a lot of the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, like Gary Bettman, for all the shit we give him, did come in and modernize the NHL.
Sure.
It was go read Brian Burke's book about what the NHL was like pre-Bettman showing up. It was a fucking joke, man. And by the way, that's not just the league. The NHLPA was a joke too. You want to hear about that? Listen to any of my shows with Alan when he talks about Peter Pocklington.
I listen to old stories.
Alan Eagleson, excuse me.
I listen to old stories about the NHL and wonder how anything ever got done. Like I listen to old stories about the NHL and I'm surprised the ice was frozen when they arrived.
Like owners used to get drunk and make a trade at 1 a.m. with each other. Like that used to happen. And
that was fairly recent. Also.
Well, okay. Well, there's one with the Leafs with Harold Ballard. Regardless of that, the point I'm trying to make here is that for a guy like Matthew Schaefer, it shouldn't come from a discussion about this. It shouldn't be Patrick Roy that needs to do this. You should protect your stars in a sport. That's just good business.
Yeah.
And the Islanders, without Matthew Schaefer this year, would be listless. The conversation we'd be having is how Matt Barzal missed the bus and got fucking healthy. That's not a good story.
No.
And what instead we get to talk about is, hey, the Islanders could turn this around faster than any of us thought.
So when we talked about the Islanders preseason, all my preseason predictions are awful. They're so shit. I had no idea he was this good because he didn't play last year. He played 17 Ontario Hockey League games. And he stepped into the NHL and he's straight up one of the best offensive defensemen there is. It's crazy.
So it should be on this referee group. Even the head guys, their bosses, should not have to say to them, make sure Matthew Schaefer doesn't get bludgeoned to death by Nikita Zadorov. That is something, as a ref in this league, you should just know.
Big Z has jokes, and Schaefer's some guy, and he's some kid who just arrived, and Patrick Waugh is some loose cannon who I'm sure the refs don't enjoy. I don't think this is going to change a damn thing.
Big Z, by the way, can make that play, but he needs to go to the box for it.
Meh. Yeah, but is he good banter? What's his is he good banter at the blackjack table
jokes
in
per
the summer?
60? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's all a game.
Islanders fans lit up his DMs afterwards. I'm sure you guys all saw the picture. People were upset.
I haven't.
And he said his comeback to that, because he does have jokes, was he basically posted
He's a funny guy.
Posted the screen grab, and he said, maybe you guys should focus on cheering for your team. It was a Morgan there. Which I thought was a good comeback. So,
I mean, at the end of the day, he's just doing his job.
Absolutely.
Like, it's his job to screw with one of their best players.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. It's the Islanders who should have a problem with that. And by the way, this has happened to Matthew Schaefer a few times this season where he's gotten messed with. And every time the Islanders jump on him like someone just invaded a beehive. Good. Everyone involved is doing their job. I don't have a problem with any of it, other than refs going, I don't know. I don't know why I turned into Buck Martinez. It's just some kid. He hasn't made any jokes that I've found funny yet. I don't feel like I'm his friend. He hasn't signed any sticks. We haven't gone golfing in the summer. Ugh. It's a big club and you ain't in it.
I want to talk about the other New York team as well. I'm going to start this off, and we're going to Jesse on this, okay? There's two stats I'm going to give you. New York Rangers, 0-5-1 at home this season.
They haven't won a game?
Not one at the Garden. And here's the fun part. In the 6 games they have played at home, according to Arthur Staple, 5 goals versus San Jose, a game they lost in overtime, 1 goal versus the other 5 teams.
Oof.
Now, I'm gonna give you another one. You know what? Before I turn it over to Jesse, let me give you another one.
The Sharks, by the way, Adam. I don't know.
Do you smell it? Yeah? Yeah?
I'm getting a hint of truth in the air.
Artemi Panarin, to my great displeasure, as my second pick in my fantasy league, has 7 points this year.
Oh, my God.
I believe it was 4 of them happened in one game. If not, it was 3.
Probably. I mean, what other games have they scored in?
Probably the San Jose game.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Oh, yeah.
This is really, really bad. And so I got the Panarin stat here. That's why. Yeah. Panarin has also gone 6 straight games without a point. The longest streak of his career, his entire career.
That is money arson.
And Mika Zibanejad said this: I don't think I've ever been a part of something like this before in terms of getting looks and not scoring.
He's been shooting.
Mike Sullivan with this is a crazy stat. Okay, ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
So Mike Sullivan coached teams the last 3 years. Adam Gretz said in 22-23 and 24-25, no team in the NHL had a bigger gap between expected goals and actual goals than Mike Sullivan's Pittsburgh Penguins.
Uh-oh.
So far this season, no team has a bigger gap between expected goals and actual goals than Mike Sullivan's New York Rangers. And let me throw this at you. The Rangers are last in the league in total goals with 31. They've only allowed 34 goals, which is puts them near the top of the league. That puts them top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5th in goals allowed, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
They are last in goals for, which is bad.
He's Team USA's coach, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, good. Just asking.
I'm thrilled for that.
Yeah.
I hope that continues. How do they have
Me too.
some of the best goaltending in the league and a Bettman 500 record, and they have 31 total goals? It's crazy. And
are they even getting it done on the power play, for God's sake?
I can look that up. But Jesse, I want to ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a team that's waiting to break out?
So
Because the defense and goaltending is good.
Yeah, and Saturday they beat the Seattle Kraken. that win there was their third win in a row, all three on the road. Obviously, they haven't picked up a win at home. That was the first time in over a year that they won 3 games in a row. So that shows you how bad last year was, how slow this season's been with the up and downs. But it's clearly they've been down as a franchise. So, but like winning those 3 games in a row on the road was a turning point, right?
Yeah.
But then you come back, and on Tuesday you have a bit of a dud against Carolina. You lose that game. You lose kind of the momentum there. And I don't know if the blame should be all on Sullivan, but he's got to wear some of it, in that you need to be able to carry that momentum, and the underlying metrics of your team right now look good because that's kind of how Mike Sullivan teams are coached, but the results haven't been there. And the Mike Sullivan numbers you're illustrating there illustrate that maybe they'll never come, even though they look good. We all know teams that look good analytically because they throw a bunch at the net that look great in the Corsi stats, but then they never actually finish. And I worry that the New York Rangers could be that team, because they can be like a team that's just primed to break out here. They showed on that road trip that they can do it, but if they can't finish, that breakout may never come. So I would be a little concerned.
Their home and away splits are as follows.
It's stupid.
Get ready for this, Steve. To support Jesse's point.
Got it.
0-5-1 at home, I told you. Okay.
Miserable.
6-1-1 on the road.
What?
6-1-1 on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm asking, is this team primed to break out? Their goaltending is good. Their defense is good.
Yeah.
They can't score at home.
The Kraken... Sorry, go ahead.
If they had won 2 games, so if they were 2-4-1 at home, the Rangers would be near the top of their division right now. 2 a game.
If a couple bounces go their way, or if they just come out and play in some of those home games.
They beat San Jose in overtime.
Completely different season.
Here's me trying to win gold in the overthinking at Olympics. On the road, does the coach dictate less of the game because you're disadvantaged as the coach?
You get the secondary change?
Yeah, it's basically the other coach. No, you're changing first. It's basically the other coach dictating what the game is. So is that on the road? Are the Rangers able to rely more on their skill than at home when their coach, who historically has a bad shooting percentage for his teams, gets to take over? Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it could be that. It could be that. I mean, part of this, I didn't go this deep, but like I'd love to see what the Penguins' home and away records were in 22-23 and 24-25.
If there is something there with
maybe there is
splits, I don't know. I do know, like, they were elite defensively against the Kraken, and they've been pretty elite defensively this season so far. It's that offense that just cannot finish their chances, but they are getting chances. One of the stats coming out of the Kraken game that The Athletic had, they said they limited the Kraken to only 1 high danger scoring chance at 5-on-5. Ridiculous, right? And just 13 shots on goal. That tied for the 3rd fewest shots allowed by the Rangers since the NHL began tracking the stat in 59-60. Registered as their lowest total since February 27th, 2012 against the New Jersey Devils. It was literally a historic Saturday defensively from the New York Rangers. That, to me, does not scream bad team.
No.
That's not dog shit. You're not whipping that out on a random Tuesday if you're the San Jose Sharks, right? And they might be the worst team in the league this year. That team has the tools to do stuff. It's just Mike Sullivan needs to do something here with the scoring touch and get these guys to be better offensively.
That's great and smart, but I think you need to look at this a little bit more like a dumbass. What if it's that the pressure in New York is too much?
The lights are too bright.
Yeah.
The Jets and Giants are bad. The Yankees are out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the Knicks are coming back here and they're playing, but like, you know, you're now second top team.
You guys are like great points and everything. Think about it like a complete dumbass.
What if you're a moron?
Yeah.
Like,
what if you're a moron?
We need a moron.
And what if it's the pressure of New York?
What if it's just like vibes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a question.
Can I do one last thing on the Seattle game? Because I think it was such a good game and so interesting. Do you guys know how that game finished? With all of those numbers defensively from the Rangers, they win 3rd in a row. How did that game end?
Please tell me it was 1-0.
Adam, what do you think?
Seattle game?
Mm-hmm.
The way you describe the Rangers, by the way, sounds like the Kraken. It sounds like last year's Kraken.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3-1.
It was a 3-2 overtime victory for the Rangers.
What?
They played one of the best defensive games that they've played in the history of the franchise since they've begun tracking stats.
Since
and
the Beatles doing drugs.
And they still allowed 2 goals and still couldn't pull it out until overtime, till Will Cooley scored in overtime.
That's crazy.
That's a bad sign, right?
Yeah.
But it's also a good sign because of how you played. But you based on the numbers, the score in that game should have been 5-0.
Yes.
That should have been a 5-0 victory. You walk away running.
Deserve to win a meter is just pinned.
It's at 90%.
Yeah.
So there is a problem there fundamentally with this team, but it's not a problem that doesn't seem like it can't be solved.
Okay, now let me jump in.
So,
Let me jump in.
I'll shut up now.
Jump in. Both feet.
Steve and Jesse. I'm not going to tell you who I am, but I'm going to give you some hints. I have played 8 games this season. I have 7 goals. Who am I?
7 goals.
You've only played 8 games and you have 7
Yeah.
goals.
I have an assist too, but I played 8 games. I have 7 goals. Who am I?
8 games, 7 goals.
I'll give you another one. I've played 12 games this season. I've got 3 goals and 5 assists for 8 points. Who am I?
There's another person.
Yeah. I'm giving you 2 people to guess. It ups your chances.
Are
There's
they on
one-
the same team?
I'm not going to tell you anything.
Is one JT Miller?
No.
No.
7 goals in 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's extremely good. Are they on the Rangers?
I'm
No
not
way.
going to tell you. Who am I?
I know this is wrong. Pavel Dorofeyev.
Okay, great. Jesse.
I already guessed JT Miller.
Okay. My name is Chris Kreider.
Oh, no. Holy shit. He is 7 and 8?
And let me ask you this. Who's the second guy I mentioned? Jake Trouba. 3 goals, 5 assists.
He's been very good.
I think Trouba waters down the point I'm trying to make just a little bit because the Rangers defense looks good. Now, maybe there's a question of can they get the puck to the right guys, but Trouba was never played that way in New York.
Defensemen are in charge of more than just defense.
In Winnipeg, Trouba was considered much more of a puck-moving guy than he did when he went to New York because he was asked to play that way. And
then he just became, I'm going to hit guys hard guy.
Yeah, and then they're like,
torpedo.
Hey, that's all you can do when you're 28. Get the fuck out of here. Or he's actually 31 now.
You're Luke Shen now.
You're Luke Shen.
You're $8 million Luke Shen.
Chris Kreider has 7 goals in 8 games. Chris Kreider's goals are the difference between the Rangers being basically first in the division and where they are right now. And they gave him away for nothing. And he still, with a fucked up back, had 22 goals last year.
That is such a Chris Kreider stat line. 7 goals in 8 games, only the 1 assist, has only played 8 games. So he's still missing time.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like the Ducks have only played 8.
But this is my point.
Wow.
How
about those Ducks?
So now they're going to have to go. I know. Listen, too early. Let's not talk about it.
No, it's not. Shut your face.
Too early.
Do your victory lap.
Listen, I don't want you to look up where the Ducks are in the standings right now. I don't want you to do it. I simply couldn't ask you to do it. I simply couldn't ask you to see how many goals Cutter Gauthier has and how bad that Philadelphia Flyers trade already looks. But he wouldn't play for us, blah, blah. Fire Torts then. Oh, you did. Hey, you can't tell a 19-year-old to shove their trade request up their ass?
I do got to say
that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Anyway, let's not talk about the Ducks, though.
They could just tuck it.
What does he do?
Tuck it in
his trade request?
No, shove it up. No, guys, it's Philadelphia. You don't tuck anything in your pocket. You shove it up your ass.
Oh, no.
It's Philly.
If you take the Gauthier trade and combine it with the Zegras trade, it's okay.
Yeah, it evens out. You're right.
Because
Zegras has been carrying the Flyers, dude.
Zegras I went back and looked. It's a 2nd and a 4th.
Greg Cronin ruined Zegras in Anaheim. It's
but
crazy.
They fired him and then traded him.
I know.
You didn't need to do that.
The relationship was already poisoned by then, though.
I guess. You can't build a new one with the new guy?
Probably. Well, man, I think the relationship was over.
Oh,
Kreider's on a 3-game goal streak, by the way.
Damn.
Wouldn't that have helped the New York Rangers? I'm just saying.
Are the Rangers even on a 3-game goal streak? Oh, yeah, they won 3 straight. Okay.
No.
No, then they lost to Carolina. Yeah.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
They're not. So this is the thing.
Also, the team is on a goal streak. No, so.
I don't know. I thought it'd be funny if they got... Excuse me for questioning if the Rangers got shut out.
3 consecutive times.
Hey, man, don't put if they're 3 home games, you just don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if Chris Kreider's going to maintain his 30% shooting percentage. I don't know if he's going to keep that up. But
Okay, nerd.
good start.
Okay, nerd.
You're anti-analytics guy
What
now.
is that? Your analytics? How about you watch the games, Jesse? How about that?
And I don't. You know what, guys? Please don't look up the Anaheim Ducks goal differential this year too.
Uh-oh.
Probably good.
It's. I wouldn't want to tell you it's top 5.
I wasn't wrong.
I wouldn't want to tell you it's right behind the Avs, the Jets, and the Canes.
I wasn't right about
the Golden
damn
Knights and the
thing.
Canadians and Utah and Pittsburgh and Washington and New Jersey. I wouldn't want to say that.
Where's Washington, by the way?
Washington they're top 10 in goal differential.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I had them winning the division. Like, dude, nothing's
real right now. You gotta remember
no, but it's starting to feel real. And I'm just like, wow, I did a terrible job.
We had to talk about the Rangers because to me, and maybe I need this for my own ego because I predicted them to make the playoffs this year.
Hell yeah.
But I don't see a team that can't solve this. I don't see a team where the talent isn't there. I don't see a team like the one thing about teams that are truly sinking is they're leaky ships. They got you don't have enough limbs to cover all those leaks. The Rangers, it's one thing.
You know what this sounds like, Adam?
Make a trade.
No, this sounds like every conversation we had about the Rangers last year. They have too much talent. They shouldn't be doing this, blah, 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 blah.
You know what would help them? A little Nicholas Robertson. Sprinkle a little Nicholas Robertson.
You're not trading him if you're the league.
No, you can't now. He's
How
not.
about they shove that trade up their ass?
What?
No, I want Robertson to stay a Leaf.
Yeah, nobody's taking away our Robo.
Yeah. No, I think no matter how much he wants to get away, the Leafs are like, actually, we like you too much.
Robertson might lead them in scoring. Like
He might. He's been pretty good.
no, and they can't have a monopoly on Robertsons because they already have one.
That's
I forget what his name. is.
Okay.
Matt?
Listen, if you're gonna make that joke, you're gonna have to know the person's name.
No,
I don't know
his
the
name's
Robertson.
not Nick, so I don't need to know it.
All right. Now
You know Nick has a brother.
I want to play this clip too. Jesse, I'm gonna send this over to you. Let's go. Well, Jesse's queuing this up, and Jesse, I want you to answer this question too, without giving it away. Who's having a bad day today in the NHL? Because we're 4 weeks into this thing, officially this week. Who's having a bad day today? Who's having a bad week? Who's had a bad month? Like who's today is like, fuck.
They're not having a good time. The Sharks have picked up their socks, big time.
Mm-hmm.
Flames could be in the running there.
Yeah.
Rangers could
Yeah, but
certainly
the
be in
Flames
the
you
running.
sort
running
of
there.
give them you had a bit of a Cinderella experience last year in the regular season, and nobody thought you were going to repeat that.
Flames also won last night.
Yeah.
They Kadri scored on his 1,000th game night.
Beautiful.
It was
Good for
fun.
him.
It was a good little game there.
Let me go with one of the most disappointing teams in the league, the St. Louis Blues.
Oh,
Hey,
How'd I do?
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Good call.
This clip is 4 minutes long. We don't have to do all the whole clip. I just want you to hear the tone of Braden Shen, the heart and soul of this team. Okay. For a long time, he is the captain. I want you to hear how he answers this. The answers are devastating. The tone is even worse. Have a listen.
Shenner, from your point of view, how'd this one get away from you guys tonight?
Just the competitive level. Simple. We don't compete and battle in this league, and you're going to get your butts kicked most nights. And it's happened way too many nights over and over again. And until we, show up to the rink and compete for one another and for your teammate, then we'll start getting results.
Monty had talked about you guys were building something. How do you let a setback like tonight not derail that?
Well, at the end of the day, that's about as disappointing of loss you can have after finally getting a win. So at the end of the day, quick turnaround. We have to have a short memory in this league, and at the end of the day, we have to go and go to Buffalo and play for one another first and foremost, and start with that, and hopefully results come after that.
Colton, from your view, how'd this one get away from you guys tonight?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, didn't think we started off great, and then
Parayko, by the way,
they came out, had a strong second, got up a few goals there, and but yeah, obviously not the results we want, and just got to make sure that we turn this into a positive direction here.
Positive here. You guys heard that, right? You heard the tone.
Defeated.
They're sad.
Let me give you a crazy stat. So they're 31st in the league right now. But again, we're not at American.
Who's 32?
That'll be the Flames.
Still?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But
they're gonna miss the playoffs.
the Calgary Flames are not last in goal differential.
Yeah, good bet, man.
The Calgary Flames are not last in goal differential.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The St. Louis Blues are last in goal differential. Okay. So, but without looking, okay, I will tell you that the Predators are the third last. Flames are second last. St. Louis Blues are last. The Predators' goal differential is a -12. The Flames' goal differential is a -13. Guess what the Blues one is?
How many games
12,
have they played?
13,
14 games.
14 games?
20.
I'm going to say 28 because that would be 2 per game.
Well, Jesse was closer.
Oh, damn.
-21. And again, the next closest is -13.
Wow.
That is crazy.
Shoot.
And
That is not great.
And I don't know if you guys want to have this conversation beyond the St. Louis Blues who look bad, is that the starting goaltender of the St. Louis Blues is supposed to be the starting goaltender for Canada. And not great. Now, although he was not great going into the Four Nations tournament last year.
How about both Binnington and Joel Hofer were on Team Canada at the World Hockey Championship a couple years ago?
Yep.
And Binnington has an 8.59 right now in 11 games. Hofer's an 8.36.
We're about to find out how much pull Doug Armstrong really has with Hockey Canada. Because if they start the tournament with him, it's pretty clear that Doug Armstrong is the most listened to man.
This is okay. So Montembeau's been terrible. Hill hasn't been able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
To me, you don't have an option but to bring Binnington to the Olympics.
But if you're not bringing Logan Thompson, who has actually been good,
the other two can go. Hill can lose his spot. Montembeau can lose his spot. I mean, Montembeau should. He's not
so
even the
bad.
starting goalie of the Habs.
No.
Right now. He's maybe the one thing that's not going great for them.
Yeah. Thank God for Dobish.
Right? Binnington, I think you have to bring. It's not like he was good last year heading into the Four Nations. It's not like he was good during the Four Nations.
Yep.
And then the gold medal game happened, and holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot believe how many goals this team allows.
Doug Armstrong's also the general manager of Team Canada, so nobody can tell him anything. Like, there's nobody to tell him not to bring Binnington.
They've also missed, like, a bunch of guys have missed a bunch of time.
Mm-hmm.
Too. Sundqvist has been out a little bit. Jake Neighbors
That's kind of an important guy.
6 goals and 7 points in 8 games.
Holloway looks like shit.
Holloway has been disappointing. Broberg has been disappointing. Who leads the Blues in scoring? In points?
I'll say Colton Parayko.
Pius Suter.
Oh, they're
No
big off
way.
season getting.
9 points in 14 games. Robert Thomas has missed time.
I'm gonna,
leading scorers,
no
9
offense
points.
to Pius Suter, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
That shouldn't be the case.
Pius is probably like, oh shit.
Yeah,
What have I
don't
done?
want to be the leading scorer here.
Oh boy.
Like, I'm just looking. Like, their leading scorer is Jake Neighbors, and like, why is his name in gray on HockeyDB? He's not down in the minors, is he?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay. So their leading goal scorer is out, and he only has 6 goals. Like, dude, it is what? So they're not scoring, they're not getting stops. Yeah, no, that's a recipe for a awful team.
I think it's Binnington, Thompson, and Free Square for the goalies for Canada. I don't know who that next goalie is, though.
What? There's options.
Yeah, it's just something to keep in mind because I think they're making the actual rosters in December. We're supposed to, and I was hoping to get this early off on the show, but we have not yet, as of this recording, seen the Olympic jerseys. They're supposed to come out today.
Oh, really?
Hockey Canada has teased them, but as of 1:00 this afternoon, they have not been released. So I I have pieces of them if you want to see.
No, it's okay.
But yeah,
we can wait
it's
till Monday.
We'll wait till Monday on that one. My poppy fell off. Don't be mad. It's okay. I got it, Steve.
I'm gonna get it.
But yeah, I do think there's that.
Oh, mine fell off.
I'm curious about Canada's inability to, like, they seem to always have this thing where it's like, well, we made the decision in August, and even though it should be, what have you done for me lately? We made the decision in August, and we simply couldn't move off that, despite more information. I'm worried about that they go and they bring back the exact same team, because hockey and professional sports is like that. Month to month, this changes. And I think you got to look at the first 3 months, and at least, we brought up Nick Suzuki and Mark Scheifele and Macklin Celebrini earlier. We got to have those conversations now. It's time.
Your answer for keeping the same team together can't just be, well, that's what won last time. Like, I just don't think that's a smart way to run things. That's what you did in 2006. Like, you got to look at what works. What has worked for Canada historically is committing to 3 goalies, having one start, and if they don't work, move off of them.
Yeah.
And you got enough games in this tournament where you can.
Yes, it's not the Four Nation face-off.
Yeah.
In the Olympics, you're going to end up playing 7 games, something
if you
like
win.
that?
If you win.
Yeah. If you go all the way.
So you have a game at the beginning to figure it out.
You have a couple. You had, I think it was Curtis Joseph in 2002, and they moved to Martin Brodeur. In 2010, they did Martin Brodeur, and they moved to Roberto Luongo. I don't know. Based on the Four Nations, I kind of think you have to start with Bennington.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start Thompson in a couple of those, and he is vastly superior to Binnington, I think you got to ride Thompson.
Okay. All right.
Or someone else, like Kemper's an option.
And the issue with that, of course, is that there is apparently a little bit of tension between Cassidy and Thompson.
No, they'll get over it, man.
Jess, do you see Team Canada moving off those goalies? Do you think that'll happen?
I think you need to find a way to put your feelings aside for 2 weeks, and Thompson should be one of the goaltenders. I know he requested a trade when Cassidy was the coach. I think that's where the issues stem from.
Yeah, but I think there was more before that too.
Yeah, like behind the scenes stuff that I assume we're not privy to. They just didn't get along. I think it's fine. Like, you can honestly work with people you don't like. And especially in that environment in hockey where everybody knows everybody. I think Logan Thompson can get along with Bruce Cassidy for 2 weeks.
You think
bring him? He's a good goaltender.
You think Cirelli and Hagel and Point all love Bennett and Marchand and Reinhart? Probably not, but they're all on Team Canada.
Yeah, you think Mitch is excited to see Bennett next to him on the bench?
Woo!
Hey, you took my lunch money every day of the week.
Yeah.
And now we're teammates. Yeah, they're fine.
Hey.
They can play hockey together.
Points across at Brad Marchand. What's up? You are the main character in some of the worst memories in my life. What's up, man?
Yeah. And they're not thinking about that when they're on the ice trying to win a gold medal for Canada. They put that stuff aside. They're fine. So Thompson and Cassidy need to do the same thing here.
One last story I want to get to, and I said this to Jesse. Oh, sorry.
We should talk about Binnington and what happened last night, the 900 goals. We should shout out Ovi.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the whole reason the St. Louis Blues lost. Alexander Ovechkin with a wicked shot for his 900.
Not the kind of goal you would expect him to get for his 900th.
I saw some of the commentary, and it was like, that's the reason he has 900 goals.
Yeah.
Everything's on net,
Yeah.
So I think that was an awesome way to get 900, first ever player. It was cool to see the Washington Capitals social team get Tony Hawk to do a funny tribute to Alexander Ovechkin, because Tony Hawk famously does the 900 degree spin on a skateboard. So they got him to do a 900 shout out. We're both 900 dudes now, or something he said along the lines. And then Jordan Binnington decides to be the main character in all of this and attempts to steal the 900 puck.
A goal that was his fault.
And he put it in his butt.
So he puts the puck in his pants. Just, I don't know
his butt
where
pants.
he tucked that into like his base layer, where it just kind of trapped in there between his thigh and his butt or something. But he was going to play with that for the rest of the game.
That's kind of lost on this.
Yeah.
You make millions of dollars to be a good goalie for the St. Louis Blues, and you put yourself at a disadvantage by shoving a puck in your equipment.
Just the weirdest dude. And then the linesman has to come over and be like, hey, we know you have the puck. This
It's
is on
2025.
international television.
There's 50 cameras.
There's 100 cameras that just saw you stick a puck in your pants. Can we have it back? And then he has to fish the puck out of his asshole and give it to the referee. What the fuck is happening?
What makes that puck more valuable now is that not only Ovi shot it, but it did get some Binnington cheek on that.
There's poo on it.
Yeah. I think
There's poo.
I think he cleans his bottom. I think he cleans.
I don't know. It might be sweaty down
Might
there.
be a few mishandled hairs.
There's
but I don't know if there's poo on it.
ass grease on the 900 puck.
That's fair. That's fair.
Are we all not weirded out about this?
It's strange. It's strange.
There might be bald cheese on the 900 puck. What is he thinking? What a weird dude.
He's a weird dude.
I think. Well, okay. Let's say it worked. No one saw you do it.
Yeah, then what?
Then what?
You gonna sell it? Like you stole a painting from the Louvre?
Or what if you just have it?
Just hangs out on your mantle?
You got to get it authenticated. Right? Because if he walks out of there with it and it's not authenticated,
I think
it
he
will
just
never
wants
be an
it.
official 900 goal puck.
What? No, but what if he just wants it?
I'm sure he does want it, but you have to have it authenticated.
No, he doesn't need it authenticated. He just has it. It's his.
No, this is the thing.
Yeah.
There's an old John Mulaney joke, I think, where he had a friend who just goes to house parties and he steals the one thing you can't replace, which is family photos. I gave away the punchline, but he's like, why? And he said, because it's the one thing you can't replace.
That's funny.
Like, he didn't steal anything of value. It's all sentimental value. Like, the value of that puck doesn't mean anything to him. It's just, you can't replace this.
So here he is. Anybody watching, this is when he stuck it in his pants. You'll see that. So so they score the 900th goal, and because it's first person ever to score 900 NHL goals, nobody's paying attention to Binnington. So he tries to skate over to the side and stuff the puck in his hole. And then after he stuffs it in his hole, the linesman or the referee comes over. And he's like, hey, the NHL needs this puck for the Hall of Fame. Can we have it, please? So then he kind of skates away from the linesman. He's like, okay, let me go fish it out.
Wait.
Let me go get... Yeah.
No, keep going.
No, and let me go fish this out and give it to the guy. And then so he what?
Into keep going.
Okay. So he gets it out of his pants and he goes from his butt into this dude's hand.
Into his bare hand.
So there it is. From his butt cheek, maybe his ball cheese, into the referee's hand. Nasty. Also weird.
Episode title, ball cheese, by the way.
I don't know if we can do that.
Why not?
Do that. I don't think
The SEO might not like that.
Why not?
Yeah.
Strange.
Strange dude.
Strange man.
Dude. Strange friggin' guy.
And then Ovi is asked about it at the podium because, of course, you have to ask about it. And he says, I'm not going to comment on that.
I don't know if your team can be as bad as the Blues are right now. If that goal can be super your fault and then you're running bits. Like, I don't know if that was the time to run bits.
I don't think he's running bits. I think it's sour grapes.
I think he's curious.
Do you think Jordan Binnington has a sense of humor? I don't.
I don't
get sense of humor from that guy.
Him at all.
I don't. I mean, maybe he does, but he just always is like, meh.
I think whoever understands Jordan Binnington would be the first. Like,
yeah.
Seeing him play dog shit goaltending for months, literally months last year, and then 3 games heading into the gold medal game at the Four Nation Faceoff. Like, just hold, and then it's one of the best goaltending performances of all of last year.
Yeah.
And then he rode that, and I'm just like, why? Why do we try to analyze anything?
It doesn't make sense.
And now he's right back to being bad. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. So that goal happened second period So Binnington's plan was to hold that puck in his ass until the end of the second period, right?
Pinch it
and
out.
then the intermission, obviously, he takes it out and puts it in his bag or something like that. But so that was ridiculous. And they lose that game 6-1. Like, that's the whole reason we're talking about the Blues in this segment. They got destroyed.
Like, what was the score when he did it?
I think that was the 1-1 goal.
Oh,
because it was early
wow.
in the second, and they tied that game on the OV goal. I can triple check here.
Do you think shoving the puck up his butt
No,
cheeks?
that was the 2-0 goal. So Tom Wilson opened the scoring in the first, and then
Got
OV
it.
comes in the second, 2 minutes in, scores that goal.
Do you think
Yeah.
putting a puck in his butt cheeks was a distraction?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't
you
know.
think it
It
stopped?
sure seems like the game got away from him after.
Yeah, he allowed 4 more goals after that. Do you think running bits, like you said, when that's the 2-0 goal in the game is the right thing to do?
In a winnable hockey game that like could potentially turn your season around, and he's running bits.
And here's OV on when they asked him about the Binnington puck.
Did you see Binnington trying to? Put
Yeah, I just saw that. I'm not gonna comment into it.
Did you?
What do you say?
I love that, man.
Like, what do you say to that?
I just want to hear him be like, no, he has his bull cheese all over the puck, and it's gonna stink when you put it in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe OV gets some special people in Russia to go after Binnington.
No,
If he kept that puck.
no.
You
As
know?
long as he represents Canada, Jordan Binnington is protected. But until once they move off of him,
Then
screw that weirdo.
I want to talk about 2 quick things before we wrap the show.
Yeah.
First off, we have a name for the PWHL Vancouver franchise. So they're not just going to be PWHL Vancouver, thank God. I sent Jesse the tweet on it, but Steve, guess the name.
The Mountains.
Actually, the name is Mountains would be all right. The name is a major part of your childhood.
Of my childhood?
Yeah, and you've never heard a team named this before.
The Vancouver Hey Arnolds.
No. Kind of along those lines, but think video games.
The Vancouver Marios.
No.
The Vancouver... Does it...
Pew pew.
The Vancouver Fortnite. The Vancouver
Childhood.
Halo?
No. Before that,
The Vancouver... Before Halo.
big shooting game, multiplayer.
The Vancouver Duck Hunt.
No, a little after that.
The Vancouver... A shooting game before Halo.
Do we keep going? Or
After
should we just
Duck Hunt.
Come on.
play it?
Captain Skyhawks.
Okay, Jesse, go ahead and play it.
Okay.
Vancouver.
This is great for the audio.
Double Dragon. Golden Eyes! Bennett! Oh, I should have had this.
Is that a great
Yeah,
name?
you should have got that one.
You should've got that. I gave that
Yeah.
to you.
I didn't have an N64.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
But still.
I didn't.
Yeah,
either.
some of your friends did.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I didn't have one. Either.
I had one. It was my first gaming system.
Oh.
Yeah, Richie. All the rich kids had the N64.
I had no NES, no Super NES, whatever. I did get an N64, and I was pretty thrilled about it.
Oh, I'm at.
And I still have it, and it still friggin' works because, god damn it, they made things better back then.
The Golden Eyes.
I think that's a sick name.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
And I'm going to go with probably a bird. So let's go.
yeah. Definitely a bird.
Let's go. Big fan.
Definitely
of
a bird.
bird-themed things.
Now, this doesn't affect us, this last thing I want to touch on, and I only really want to touch on it. But it seems to be affecting a lot of our audience because we have a lot of Americans that listen, and we're grateful to have you. And currently right now, YouTube TV and ESPN are locked in a battle over how much YouTube TV should pay ESPN to carry sports games on YouTube TV. And for those of us in Canada who don't have YouTube TV, which is all of us, YouTube TV is like TV. And they, get to carry a bunch of games, and people subscribe to YouTube TV to grab as much sports as they possibly can have, right?
Okay.
ESPN and YouTube TV have been locking horns over how much money. ESPN wants them to pay more. YouTube's like, no, we're not going to do that. And it's prompted a bunch of ESPN anchors to tweet, hey, you're about to lose all of this great programming on YouTube TV. Sign up here to get YouTube to change their point of view. And then YouTube has countered and done the same thing. So to me,
those anchors have no choice in the matter.
Well, they do, actually, because Pat McAfee went to air yesterday and said, can we just stop asking people to take a side in $2 billion, multi-billion-dollar companies fighting over sports rights. Like, what are we doing?
He's not wrong.
It's kind of nuts that it's come to this point. And what's funny is people are now like, maybe we were wrong about cable. Maybe we should have just stuck with it.
No, but it's the cable companies have tried to screw digital progress at every turn. What?
Yeah, I got that.
You gave a little bit of that vibe. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
Insider.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get your thoughts on that just very quickly because it feels like you two idiots. Like
us?
No.
Me and Steve?
Definitely not you two.
That's usually how you refer to us, but this seems out of nowhere.
I don't think you guys
Adam would never say that to us because Jesse's not stupid.
This is where I get
untrue.
annoyed. Some people think they literally go through their life thinking that if you became rich or you somehow are rich, you're therefore smarter than the average person. And I'm here to tell you, that is an insane thing to think.
You were just a richer, bigger asshole.
Yeah, you were at the right crossroads at the right time. I don't doubt that there was a lot of hard work that went into it. I don't doubt that. But when I remember I talked to Keith Olbermann was on Agent Provocateur once, and I said, Keith, what's it like to talk to a billionaire? And he's like, it's funny. Most of them believe they invented money. He's like, but the reality of these people is that they were at the right cross section at the right time, and it just happened. And the only billionaire I've ever heard agree with him is Mark Cuban. People, they asked him on SmartList, they're like, Mark, how do you become a billionaire? He's like, you can't plan to be a billionaire. He's like, you just become one because you happen to get really, really, really lucky. And you've got two corporations here, Disney and Alphabet, which owns Google, that are going head to head over sports rights. And I think ESPN wants to raise them something like 30%.
I'm such a tiny little boy. I didn't know there was a company that owned Google.
Well, it is Google, but they wanted to name the corporate thing above that something else. So
got it.
If they ever got into trouble, it's Alphabet.
That's
that gets
the first
into
time I
trouble,
ever heard
Google.
that in my entire life.
Yeah. It's like what Facebook is really Facebook, but we call it Meta now. Right? So
no,
it's
Facebook.
The point I'm trying to make here is that I find it incredible that we're at this point, that these two idiots can't figure this out. So what are they going to do? They're going to try to get the people that they're actively screwing to take a side.
Well, propaganda works in all other forms of their business. So why not try?
So here's the option, right? You've got, my option is as somebody who is a watcher of sports, I'm going to lose my sports package or it's going up. So you want me to take a side in that? Yeah. You want me to take a side in I'm going to lose the shit that I already paid for. You already paid for this.
That I already can't really afford.
And I'm going to lose it mid-season. Mm-hmm. This is how I spend my leisure time. I give my money to you a-holes. I'm going to do that. Or it's going to go up.
All right.
So you want me to... So ESPN, you're asking me to root for my money to go less far. That's what you're asking for. YouTube, you're asking me to support you while I lose all the shit that I am paying you to have, which is why I signed up for you in the first place.
Yep.
Figure it out. Figure it out. Steve says this all the time, and it's hilarious. There are no adults. There are no adults at all. And it's time that these corporations fucking figure it out. That's my point.
Or... no. Like, this is... I feel like that's how conversations used to go.
Mm-hmm.
What if they just figured it out?
And we didn't get involved?
Yeah.
Because it's not like we're going to get a say anyway. You want me to take your side? I don't have a dog in this fight.
Your only choice, I feel like, is to just boycott and go without.
Or...
what?
There's a theme song that goes along with this.
So no one told you life was gonna be
No, it's
this.
you. Come on. There's a service out there.
He wants you to do the Johnny Depp.
Oh!
Wait.
Wait. There's so many. Let me just. Is it?
What people are going to realize is that they don't need either. Because it is out there. Don't give them that window, you idiots, you morons. Find a conclusion. You're both going to make a fucking fortune. Crazy money. You're already making money off this.
Listen, on our platform, I can't encourage stealing. But I can say that I understand it. I totally understand it. Like, we're not cheering for either of you. But I think they're out to lunch enough that they don't understand that. You think someone's cheering for YouTube? You think someone's cheering for ESPN, Disney, whatever the hell? They're not. In fact, I think most people assume their life would be better if you were completely wiped from the face of the earth tomorrow. So grow the fuck up and give us what we want, or people are just going to steal it and it'll look good on you.
There you go. Jess, anything to add to that? This discussion makes me crazy.
I think cable's still the best way to watch sports. I have
you're
cable and I watch in 4K and I have all the channels.
Cable's the best way to watch sports because the game is and always has been rigged.
That's right. It shouldn't be that way. but it
Blackouts,
is.
get rid of those two.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right.
Adam mentioned the Seattle, the Vancouver PWHL team. There's one in Seattle too.
Yeah.
They also unveiled their name and logo.
Luigi's!
The Seattle Torrent, which is kind of
speaking of pirating,
it's kind of funny for this discussion about torrents. They are the Seattle Torrent, which is a water thing based on Seattle. So they keep doing their water things there. There you go. Steve, do you like the logo?
I kind of do. I'm still not totally sold on the name. It's a nice logo. I want to see it on a jersey.
Adam.
I like the S. I think it's cool.
S for Steve.
Yeah. The Seattle Steves.
Now I'm like, it should have been the Toronto Torrent. Toronto.
No.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.